11 weeks ago today, the high school football season began for 219 schools in the state of Kentucky, with hopes of making a postseason run. The Spencer County Bears have fought through adversity and sit at 6-3 with one final chapter to write on the regular season before the playoffs begin next week. Tonight, it's back on the road as the Bears travel to Bardstown, Kentucky for the second time this season to get in their final tune-up before it's win or go home starting next week. Their opponent, the Cardinals of Nelson County. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bill Broadus Field on the campus of Nelson County High School. Alongside my partner, John Hutchins, I am Bo Bruner, and we're here with GHP-SPORTS to bring you yet another Teacup pregame show for Bears football. And, John, it's November 1st.
Yep.
Tonight brings us to the end of the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it really does seem like yesterday. We were sitting right here in these same seats in this same press box, getting ready to play Bullitt Central, over 100-degree heat, first game of the year. It's hard to believe, but that was 80 days ago, and here we are at the end.
I don't know if it's exactly the same seats. I don't think you had the
rocking chair
that you have tonight. But, yeah, it really was, and it's going by way too fast. You know, I love this game, and just as quick as it started – we're all of a sudden looking ahead towards the playoffs. The Bears, they've had a great season fighting back from injuries and from some games that many people didn't think that we would even really compete in, much less win. In this very press box, during the very first game of the season, Bo, I admitted that in years past, I had some doubt where the Bears, what they were going to be able to do after they lost some of the pieces that they had at graduation and how they were going to compete. And this year, Bo, I said, I am more optimistic. And these boys have proven they can continue this winning tradition that has developed at Spencer County. It's sad to see it winding down, but I'm still excited to see the Bears strap them up and go out there and play again tonight.
We got a lot to talk about tonight, and so we're going to get to our first break on the Teacup pregame show. But when we return, we'll recap last week's loss at North Oldham and get you ready for tonight's season finale, as we're now about 26 minutes away from kickoff. You're watching Bears football on GHP Sports.
The Cooperative Extension Office is here to serve all residents of Spencer County with educational and research-based programs. We offer programs for youth 5 to 18 years old through our 4-H program, where youth can make the best better. We offer free soil testing, and if you love to get your hands dirty, consider becoming a master gardener. We also offer programs for prevention, wellness, and individual family development, or you can check out our homemaker groups. We are located at 100 Oak Tree Way off Highway 44 in Taylorsville, Kentucky. Come in and see us or check us out on our website or Facebook.
Country Mart in Taylorsville has the finest selection of freshly butchered meats, produce, and all of the other ingredients to make your mealtime a victory. If you're running short on time or just don't feel like cooking, Country Mart is the only place in Taylorsville to get delicious Champs chicken. Dine in or take it to go. Your family will love it. Make sure to use your Country Mart card to save on food and earn points at the pump. Country Mart, your local grocery, proudly serving Taylorsville and all of Spencer County for over 50 years.
Welcome back to Nelson County High School and the Teacup pregame show.
I just wanted to point out real quick, we were talking some differences in that first game where it was 100 degrees to tonight, cooled off a little bit. That first game, it was 100 degrees. We didn't have Lauren Seabold up here sucking down a pork chop sandwich and making us
right behind
smell
us.
it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm telling
we
you
thought we was
what.
going to get away from that tonight.
Yeah, I tell you, we love to have fun with Lauren. She's a GHP person. She only manages with football, but we'll have her back in basketball soon, and we'll be glad to have her. So we'll back to the game. I had to bring that up.
Throw her under the bus.
A little bit.
So, John, last week, Bears took one on the chin at home. Senior night, staff night, at Pink Out. There was a lot going on last week at Spencer County High School. lost to North Oldham Mustangs 41-15. And, John, it really, early on, it didn't look like the game was going to end up like that. First quarter really was all about Spencer County's inability to move the football. And North Oldham, they continually shot themselves in the foot with offensive penalties.
Yep.
The end of the quarter, the game was tied at 0-0 and moved on into the second quarter. The game stayed that way for a long time, even into the second quarter. Finally, with 6:22 left in the second, North Oldham broke into the end zone. The Mustangs would score 2 more times before the end of the half, and they set on a 21-0 lead at the break. And then North Oldham's opened the second half with kind of a surprise move, John. Onside kick.
Yeah.
It did not go 10 yards. Their player tried to push it 10 yards. He didn't get away with that. But Spencer County took the ball on the North Oldham 49-yard line. And 6.5 minutes, 12 plays later, the Bears punched it in the end zone on this when Jared Stewart scored on a quarterback keeper from the 1-yard line. Jackson Brown added the PAT, and Spencer County cut into that North Oldham lead 21-7 with 5:40 left to go in the third quarter. Then Spencer County tried their own onside kick, and it was recovered by North Oldham. 5 plays later, Mustangs scored to make it 28-7 with 3:52 left. And North Oldham would score again early, John, in the fourth quarter, and a play I still question why would they try a 2-point conversion that ended up being no good. And with 11:44 left to go in the game, North Oldham led 34-7. Bears' next possession, they marched down the field 65 yards, scored on a 1-yard run by Jake Green. And Spencer County was successful on their 2-point try, a pass from Stewart to Caleb Higdon. And with 7:22 left in the game, North Oldham led 34-15. North Oldham would score on their next possession, John, and that would give us our final score of 41-15. But the way that game started out, I mean, we're halfway through the second quarter, and the game's still 0-0.
That's right.
And never seen that game getting that far out of hand. But there was 2 things, John, that surprised me during the game. Other than Spencer County's 2 touchdown drives, they really struggled to move the football. And North Oldham's success was running the football, which, me and you watch film every Wednesday night. We did not see that coming.
No.
And both of those show us the key factor that won the football game, and that was push from the offensive line, John. North Oldham had it. Spencer County did.
That's right.
And Bears only garnered 207 yards on the night. 184 of those were on the ground. Jake Green and Jarrett Stewart both ran for 56 yards and a touchdown to lead the Bears. Defensively, Spencer County gave up 427 yards of offense to the Mustangs. Colin Daniels was 12 of 18 for 239 and 3 through the air. 194 of those passing yards and 2 touchdowns went to their 2 main receivers, Lucas Thompson and Gray Schmidl. Kingston Duggan led North Oldham on the ground with 138 yards on 17 carries. Now, on the defensive side of the ball, Bears did manage, had 4 Bears that did manage at least 6 tackles, led by Jack Massey with 8. Amari McCarty had 7, John, despite leaving before halftime with an injury. And he is here tonight. He's in street clothes on the sideline, but won't be playing tonight. But he had 7 tackles all in the first half, and then Noah Kropp and Aiden Trammell kicked in 6 apiece.
You got to give a lot of credit to North Oldham for their game plan. Coming into that, everything that we had seen on film, you mentioned every Wednesday we're watching film, everything we saw about this football team on film, they left in Goshen and brought a totally unexpected approach to Taylorsville for a game. It really was important to both teams. We talked about it before the game started, the playoff implications that were there, to be able, the winner was going to be the 2 seed, have that home field advantage for the first round of the playoffs, and also admittedly avoid Franklin County in that bracket. And so Spencer County having taken that loss, that's kind of the road they have hoed for themselves now. But still, Spencer County fans witnessed a Mustang offense known for throwing the ball. They won the game with the ground game. And as you said, their offensive line, they could have moved a mountain the way they drove off the football. They were still able to throw the ball, but honestly, the rushing attack kept that drive alive for them many times where they would kind of getting down a little bit. They could hand that ball off, and the Bears simply did not have an answer. On defense, the Mustangs, again on film, had used an odd man front for much of the year to where they were playing 3 down linemen on that defensive line. And so Spencer County, they had prepared for that. And then to have the Mustangs come out and play an even man front on that defensive line, and it really threw off the blocking scheme for Spencer County and what our offensive line was prepared for. And so to make those changes offensively to where they were running the football more, doing more things like that, and then defensively to change their front, it just really got us, we were pushed back on our heels right from the start. Honestly, I felt like the Bears were going to be able to move the ball against the North Oldham defense, but Coach Roberts, he had other plans. If we learned nothing else last week, Bo, I honestly think we learned just how strong the top half of the 4th District really is.
Yeah, it really is. And John, we mentioned it several times last week how North Oldham was getting 8, 10, chunk yards on the ground before Dugan was even being touched by a Bear defender. And you're never going to stop the football that way.
No, you can't. We've talked about it many times. Even if they are being touched, you get that 3 yards in a cloud of dust, you're going to be able to move the sticks. You're going to be able to keep drives alive. And they were getting much more than 3 yards. If we were getting a hand on them in 3 yards, we were doing good. And just that drive that offensive line had, the way they were able to move our defenders, it just completely changed the tone of the game. Not only did they move that defensive line, they also did a great job of being able to get to that second level, get hats on the linebackers, being able to slow them down, keep them from hitting the gaps, and it just really, again, we were back on our heels and just kept getting pushed back.
We're going to take another quick break on the Teacup pregame show, but on the other side, we'll check out our Taylorsville Community Church players to watch and learn all about the Nelson County Cardinals. We'll have all that and more as we are now about 16 minutes away from kickoff. We'll be right back on GHP Sports.
For over a century, the People's Bank has been assisting our community with their financial needs. The key to that success has been the close connections we have made with the people in the community that we serve. Come in today at our main office located in the historic downtown Taylorsville at 23 West Main Street, or at our branch located at 5511 Taylorsville Road in Fisherville, and see how we can serve you. The People's Bank is proud to support the efforts of our local athletic program. Go Bears!
Did you know the Heirloom Traditions Company store is now open? You can get everything you need to update your home both inside and out using the incredible all-in-one paint and all-in-one stain. There's lots to enjoy here, and check us out at 33 Progressive Drive.
Welcome back to Nelson County High School. Bill brought us field for the Teacup pregame show, and John has come that time in our program. We talk about the Taylorsville Community Church players to watch.
Sure.
And for Nelson County, we're going to go with the lefty quarterback, Cam Morley. The junior is connecting on 67% of his passes this year, John, thrown for about 1,600 yards and 16 touchdowns. Just last week in a 62-41 loss against a much-improved John Harden team, he threw for 315 yards and 4 touchdowns and also led the team in rushing.
Yep.
And but, John, if there's one thing, if you're going to nitpick something about his game, it's interceptions. Although, he's gotten better, but he has thrown 9 interceptions this year. 8 of those, John, were in the first 4 games of the year.
You got to give Morley a lot of credit for what the Cardinals have been able to do offensively. You mentioned those stats that he had against John Harden, passing the ball the way he did, also being the leading rusher in that game. And not only has he thrown for 1,600 yards, but he has 5 receivers with 18 or more receptions so far this season. So he can spread the football around. He's got a lot of targets out there. If he had just a few more tools, which we'll just hint about that right now, and we'll talk a little bit more in depth about it later, but if he had a few more tools around him, the Nelson County Cardinals, their 2-7 record could easily be a 7-2 record this season.
For the Bears, we're going to go with the junior wing, Caleb Higdon. Now, John,
love this.
This Nelson County defense has given up 278 yards a game this season on the ground, and In the John Harden game just 7 days ago, they give up 677 yards rushing to the Bulldogs and the state's leading rusher, Cavalli Pittman. Now, Pittman carved up that Cardinal defense for 345 yards himself and 5 touchdowns. So the ground game is somewhere where the Bears offense, the Browns. See, I've got it stuck in my head after they beat.
Any sort of a game at all, you're not talking about the Browns. But
So the Bears could really make some hay, John, on the ground. And if Higdon can get to the edge on a consistent basis, this Bears offense, they could dominate this game, and there's no better place for the transfer from Nelson County to do that than right here on this field against his former teammates.
That's why I love this. This is a great, great pick right here for the Taylorsville Community Church player to watch for Spencer County and Caleb Higdon. We've stated many times just how much we like seeing this young man run the ball. Higdon, he brings kind of a level of physicality to our rushing attack that we haven't really seen a lot of lately. Of course, we can reminisce years past and think about, guys like Cam Cardwell taking a hit or Kellen Marksbury taking a hit, Wade Hutt running the ball up the middle and what they were able to do with contact. Caleb Higdon plays the game in a way to where he almost – it looks like he just enjoys that contact and brings it on and wants to be able to drive through. His ability to run through that contact – has no doubtedly helped keep some of the drives alive for the Bears. I know I look forward every week to seeing number 3 carry the football, and I do think that being back here tonight in Bardstown at Nelson County High School on this field, it's going to mean something special to him.
Now the Nelson County Cardinals, they come into tonight's game 2-7, or 2 wins, come against district opponents Breckenridge County and Thomas Nelson. John, those 2 teams combined have a 4-14 record. So the Bears and the Cardinals, they've met 8 times on the gridiron. Nelson County won the first 3. Spencer County has now won the last 5 in a row. When Coach Philip Stockdale left at the end of last season, he took the head job at Central Hardin, and replacing him is Mike Rogers. Now, Rogers started his coaching career here, John, at Nelson County, and now he's come home after coaching stops as both head coach and assistant at Graves County, Warren Central, Paducah Tillman, Mayfield, and Murray State University. He's got an incredible resume with several wins on his record, and as a head coach or an assistant, he's been a part of 8 regional championships, 5 state final appearances, and 1 state championship. Twice he's been named the Kentucky Football Association Coach of the Year. And, John, it's an absolute home run hire by the Cardinals.
Yep.
And John and I are going to take a quick break as we're getting ready to do the national anthem, and we'll be right back.
If you're a current resident of Spencer County and you've been contemplating selling your home, now's the perfect time to have a conversation with us at Brown Realty.
Our local teams are experts in the field of Spencer County, and we reach all major counties and cities, helping families along the way.
There are so many great things happening in Spencer County, and Brown Realty wants to help you become part of them.
With experience in new construction and remodeling and everything in between, you can count on Brown Realty to be with you every step of the way.
Coming from humble beginnings, we know a thing or two about keeping families' needs first.
If you're buying or selling, Brown Realty is here to help you every step of the way.
Brown Realty is proud to be the largest real estate brokerage located right here in Spencer County, with local agents, local knowledge, and a passion to assist others.
At Acadia Counseling, we offer a professional, down-to-earth approach for adults, families, couples, and adolescents who are looking for lasting results in a non-judgmental environment. Located in St. Matthews and offering telehealth straight to your phone or Wi-Fi enabled smart device, Acadia Counseling offers evening and weekend appointments. Give us a call or schedule from our website and create a brighter future for yourself or a loved one.
Are you looking for a reputable shop to take care of your ride? Stop by Dougherty's Body Shop and Service Center. offering all manner of body and mechanical work to keep your vehicle looking and performing at its best. Conveniently located at 910 Taylorsville Road in Taylorsville, or find us on the web at Dougherty'sBodyShop.com. Dougherty's Body Shop and Service Center. Big or small, we fix it all.
Welcome back to Bill Broadus Field and Nelson County High School. And, John, we'll get back into our going over the Nelson County Cardinals.
Sure.
On the field, John, they return 14 players that's got varsity experience on both sides of the ball. And they're about as different as night and day offensively when it comes to looking at last year. Last season, they were the number 3 rushing offense in the state. This year, under a new coach, they're going to spread the offense out of the shotgun and look to throw the football. There's nothing really flashy about it. Not a lot of motion, just kind of line up and go.
Yeah.
And but now, John, as you know, I've kept my pregame notes from every game we've done since we started doing this at GHP
the Dead
Sports.
Sea Scrolls or something like that in your house, I know.
So every game I go back to last year's notes. If we're playing an opponent that we played last year, I kind of compare the teams year over year. And looking at this game's notes from last season, I do have to admit it was kind of odd. And when I read about a speedy sophomore wing player from Nelson County who can leak out of the backfield and catch passes by the name of Caleb Higdon. And so it was really odd for me to do that. But last year against the Bears, he had two rushes for 23 yards and caught a pass for 15. And I'm looking for him to at least double that this year in a Bears uniform and do that against his former teammates. So our Taylorsville Community Church player to watch, Cam Morley, he's learned this offense under Coach Rogers, and he's flourished. When he goes there, as John mentioned, he's got 5 different receivers. It's caught at least 17, 18 passes for 200 yards. Then he's got 3, Aiden Daddison, Ethan Kessinger, and Jacob Reynolds. They all have over 300 yards receiving and 13 touchdowns between them. When they go to the ground, number 1 senior, Braden Smith, leads the rushing attack. He's got 818 yards on 133 carries and 11 touchdowns. Then on the defensive side of the ball, you got senior linebacker Lincoln Boblet. He's the leader.
Yeah.
He's averaging 11 tackles a game. It puts him 5th in the state in total tackles, twice as many as his next closest teammate, John. Is someone in the Bears blocking scheme has got to get out and put a hat on this guy every play, or he will be in on the tackle. The next highest tacklers for the Cardinals are Ethan Kessinger with 41 and Reed McKee with 39.5.
Bo, it kind of surprises me to see this offense run. As you mentioned, they're not really all that flashy, and that's okay. I mean, we're not trying to say that that's a problem. What I don't understand, though, and you'll see this, we hope this happens, and because we talked about it with what we thought North Oldham was going to do, and they didn't do. They did something different. But watching film, they don't use a lot of pre-snap motion. Nelson County, they're going to run a spread version of the wing T, and for many of you out there who've been watching the Bears with us, you understand that pre-snap motion is used to get either a blocker in position or to take a defender out of position. To see Coach Rogers not employ this really surprises me. The Cardinals, they're a team, Bo. They're going to line up, and what the defense sees is what the defense is going to face. Not using motion seems a bit odd, but the biggest challenge the Nelson County offense will have to overcome isn't the lack of motion, isn't whether or not they're going to throw or they're going to run the ball. It's their young offensive line. They will start just 1 senior on the offensive line with 4 sophomores. Much of what Morley has to deal with post snap will be because of the inexperience of the big fellows up front. The defense now of Nelson County, it kind of reminds me of their offense a little bit. Just like Morley needs to get a little help around him, and that's what I was alluding to earlier, having that young offensive line, if he had a few more tools type of thing. But just as he needs that help, Boblet could really use some for himself. Much of what opposing offenses have been able to do is simply because Boblet, he can't stop every play on his own. For the Nelson County defense to be successful tonight, they're going to have other players making some critical tackles.
John, while they're out doing the coin flip here, let's look at our keys to the game tonight.
Okay.
The first one we're going to talk about is control the pressure.
Do you see a theme right there? Control the pressure. I'm not talking about being easy on the Cardinals when I say control the pressure. Many other teams have been able to get a lot of penetration from their defensive line simply because of this young offensive line that we were just talking about, having the one senior and the four sophomores. With those teams getting that kind of penetration, we saw on film that there was quite a few defenders that were getting too deep in the backfield, that were actually running themselves out of the play and making it to where they could not be part of that tackle. We want the Bears to be in the Nelson County backfield, but we want to make sure that they stay in the play.
As you see there, Nelson County won the toss and deferred to the second half. On to number 2, John, control the clock.
Control the clock. The Cardinals, they're going to throw the football. That's what we talked about. Looking at a lot of their plays and what they like to do, they want to throw the ball. They will run it every once in a while, but even a team like the Cardinals, even if this team throws the ball all the time, and even if they complete 50% of their passes, which is a lot in a game for an offense, that means the clock is going to stop after half of their offensive snaps. The Bears, they need to be able to use that clock. They need to be able to burn that clock up running the football, keep it moving as much as possible to limit the Nelson County possessions.
Then control the turnovers.
Control the turnovers. We know the Cardinals, they've struggled with some turnovers this year a little bit. You mentioned earlier about Morley and having 9 interceptions that he's thrown already this season, and what that can do to a game, what that can do to the momentum of an offense by turning the football over. It's huge. The Bears need to make sure that they don't give Morley a gift in that extra possession. For the same reason where we talked about being able to grind that out, keep that clock running during the game, is the same reason you obviously don't want to throw an interception or fumble the football to Nelson County. We want to limit the possessions that Morley has, because even though this is a 2-7 team, they do have some weapons on the outside. He does have the ability to throw the ball, and you give them that momentum, you give them that extra chance, they break a big play on you, and all of a sudden that momentum could switch, and the Bears can find themselves backed against the wall. Spencer County, protect the football, and the Spencer County, the Bears faithful tonight should have a pretty nice ride back to Taylorsville.
Try to get this win here tonight, maybe even get some rest for some of your players. John, I do want to mention before we get started here tonight, it's either yesterday or today, the all-state soccer teams come out.
Yes.
And Adnan Al-Sari from Spencer County was chosen second-team all-state in soccer. So I want to congratulate him on that. And the clock has hit 0, John, and it's time to play a little football.
All right.
Dwyer on the kick for the Bears. It's like Sims. I can't see who fielded the ball there, John, but he gets it about the 18-yard line and doesn't get far.
That's number 13 out there fielding that ball. Ethan Kessinger might have got 3 or 4 yards on that return, Bo, but yeah, he didn't get much more. Spencer County tonight, Bo. We know with Amari McCarty not being able to be on the field tonight, you mentioned traveled with the team, is in street clothes on the side, going to employ a 4-man front. It's something we haven't seen for a while from the Bears. They've had a lot of success with those 3 down linemen. Now bringing back that defensive tackle out onto the field, we'll see what kind of penetration they can get against Morley and this young offensive line.
Handoff up the middle. Going to get forward for, looks like about 3 yards. Bring up second down and 7.
Yeah, Braden Smith with the ball, with carrying the football up the middle. And Nelson County's going to line up right back, though. No huddle.
I do want to say we don't have Denise with us tonight, so folks, so we are statless. So
yeah,
John and I will try to keep some stuff in our head, but there's only so much room up there to to move around in. So from the gun, Morley, screen pass across the middle. It's complete to Sims, and he's got a big run. John gets out toward midfield. Going to be stopped just short, about the 44-yard line.
Spencer County's going to have to be careful with that, too. We saw that in watching film. This screen is a play that Coach Rogers really likes to go to and go to often. They're employed a little bit of a middle screen, likes the tunnel screen as well, and it's a play that actually allows you to use that weaker offensive line to where you have that defensive penetration. They're trying to get in the backfield, and you step those guys forward. You can get a big gain off of that, and, again, make Spencer County over-pursue.
Pickup of 20, hand the ball off to Smith. He gets grabbed and taken down. He's going to get forward for about a yard, bring up second down and 9. Paxton Truitt along with Armin Smalley and Ian Blanford on that tackle.
I'm really surprised Nelson County going as quick as they are in this game. Really trying to get multiple possessions, and there's going to be a flag. Jacob Biller got fooled right there by the snap count of Cam Morley, and that's going to be an easy 5 yards, bring up a second and about 3.
Puts the ball at midfield. All players checking their. Got a stack over here on both sides. Quick screen pass goes out to Daddison. He's going to get forward to about the 44-yard line of Spencer County. Pickup of 6 on the play. That's good enough for another Cardinal first down.
I tell you, one thing impressive about that play, Lucas Coy, offensive tackle over here on this side, able to get out, get a block on the corner to be able to open up that receiver to be able to pick up those few yards and get that first down.
Handoff goes to number 20. That is Grant Cox. Going to get forward for about 3 yards. Second down and 7.
Jack Massey in on the tackle there. We've called his name quite a bit throughout the season. Does a great job from his linebacker spot.
Empty backfield this time for Morley. Rolls out to the left. Stops just short of the line and pass is complete. Get forward up to about the 23-yard line.
Spencer County defense kind of getting smacked in the mouth right here on this first possession, Bo. As you see here, as Cam Morley rolls out to the outside, Spencer County running a single high man coverage against this offense and just not even staying with the receivers. They're worried about that rushing attack, worried about what they're seeing, not staying with their receiver and giving up some big plays.
Again, empty backfield for Morley. This time Bears get a rush on him. They're going to take him down.
John Winstead getting up from that pile, getting pressure up the middle on him, and this is what we've seen teams be able to do. The biggest thing that Spencer County will have to do with that pressure, we are going to have a sideline warning against Nelson County too. Flag did fly, sideline warning. Will not be yardage tacked on, just a warning. But if Spencer County's able to continue to get that pressure up the middle, Bo, you have to be able to contain that outside edge. If you give that space to the outside, Cam Morley's going to take it and pick up some yards.
Loss of 6 on that sack. Morley, again, screen pass across the middle. Caught by Ethan Kessinger, taken down by Jack Massey. Right about the original line of scrimmage, John. Jack Massey on the stop. Just going to bring up a couple yards short of that. 3rd and about 12.
Still in a spot here if you're Coach Rogers. You don't know if this is 2-down territory here. Hadn't really got to see their kicker a whole lot in warm-up, so he's looking into the sun while he was kicking. So
another screen pass across the middle.
Won't matter.
The pass is caught again by Kessinger. Going to get up to the 19-yard line. No.
We're going to have an ineligible downfield. That's one of the dangers that you have when you do run a screen. And this is one thing, I've had people talk to me before about screens and talk to me about, if you have a weak or poor offensive line being able to do it. Well, yes and no. This is the type of thing where if you are a weaker offensive line, you can do this. You can run screens, but it takes a disciplined offensive line to be able to do it as well. If that offensive lineman gets too far downfield before that ball's thrown, that flag's going to be thrown every time. And here, taking away a first down, backing them up an extra 5 yards on it and making it 3rd down and about 17.
Morley. Across the middle, throws it behind that is Kessinger. That's going to bring up 4th and long.
Morley staying out on the field right now, too.
Good arm on that back judge there, John.
Yeah, it was. I tell you what I really enjoy is where you get some of these referees are able to run down the field with some of the fastest receivers. It's like, pretty impressive, but yeah, here we go.
4th
Nelson
and 17.
Yep, 4th down.
Nelson County got to get to the 15-yard line. Morley, lots of time. Scoots out to the left, drops back, gets hit and dropped about the 40, 30. Where are they going to mark him?
They're going to mark him about the 36, I think. Actually going to take a loss on that play and give up the ball on 4th down. Morley not able to throw the football away to save himself at least a few yards. Going to turn the ball over to the Spencer County Bears, and this is going to be our first opportunity to see our wing T offense be able to go out on this field. And, Bo, honestly, I look for Spencer County to go out tonight business as usual. We're going to run what we know. We're going to do what we do. There's no reason to do anything flashy, to be special. Let's just push the football down their throats and see what happens.
Pitch fumbled by Green. Picks it up about the 26-yard line. Now he's running for his life, John.
Oh, big block.
And they're going to throw a flag on it.
How can you throw a flag on that block? You can't throw a flag on that block.
Laid a heck of a block.
That's terrible if they call that. They did.
Blindside block against Spencer County.
We got to see the replay of that. Blindside, not a chance. This defensive lineman, okay, we'll go through the whole Country Mart instant replay here. And it's a great job by Jake Green trying to keep this alive, getting to the football, trying to come back the other way. But Danny Armstrong did not blindside. I mean, shoulder to the front of his chest. That is not a blindside block. Terrible call. Going to cost Spencer County an extra 15 yards on that play. I can't do it, Bo. That's rough. They're going to decline the penalty. Going to take the loss of yardage, and will make it 2nd down. Of course, penalty would have been accepted, would have been a 15-yard penalty, but remained first down.
Yep.
This is going to be 2nd and, Bo, it looks like about an 18, maybe.
Yep.
So willing to give the Bears 7 yards just to be able to get that first down off of there.
One out wide each way. Higdon goes in motion. Quick screen pass out to Armin Smalley. Hit him right in the gut, John. Dropped it.
Yeah,
We've seen this a lot last week. A lot of the dropsies, I guess you could call them, against North Oldham.
The dropsies?
The dropsies.
I guess we could call it the dropsies.
That's what we're going with.
All right, but Spencer County now left with 3rd and 18. And a team that, in all honesty, not really set up for a 3rd and 18. Looking to try to get some yardage here, see if you can break something open to pick up that first down. But really, it's just about a positive gain now.
Handoff goes to Higdon. He's got Coleman out in front of him. Block. He breaks free. Got enough for the first down across midfield. He's going to go down about the 48-yard line. We'll mark him at the 47.
And welcome back to Nelson County, Caleb Higdon right there. Great run for him, being able to get around the outside. Great
25-yard game for Higdon.
I mean, this block, to be able to seal this outside, to get him that extra, they were lined up, had a beat on him. Picked up easily an extra 10, 12 yards simply because that block able to seal the end, and that was beautiful right there. First down, Spencer County.
False start on the Bears. Make it 1st and 15. Put the ball back on the Nelson County side of the field, the 48-yard line. I'm sorry, the Spencer County side of the field. One out wide each way for Stewart. Toby to the right, Smalley to the left. Green goes in motion. Handoff. Armstrong up the middle. Cuts back. Going to get across the 45. Go down about the 44-yard line. Pick up 8 on that play.
Good hard run there by Danny Armstrong. Able to pick up more than half of what they needed on that first down play to make it a second and around a 7.
Second down, 7.
Higdon, swing motion, flag, false start again on the Bears. This official back here has got his hand on the flag as the Bears are snapping the ball.
Hair trigger right there. Spencer County just needs to settle down here, and I like this.
Marksbury's going to call a timeout.
I like this. This is a great timeout by Coach Marksbury. Get his guys together, just kind of reinvigorate them a little bit, refocus them a little bit. Let's look at this false start. And it's just a little bit of motion from Smalley on the near side that happens as the ball's – and it's very little. You tend to see more motion out of that with just even offensive linemen starting to lean a little bit. But still, there was motion before the snap. I'm not going to argue with the call on that. But still, love Coach Marksbury taking this time, settle his guys down, send them back out there refocused, and just make sure you're doing the things you need to do right. This is a great opportunity after shutting down Nelson County. They had a good drive going, being able to shut them down on a 4th down. This is where Spencer County needs to just impose their will, moving this football down the field. We just can't continue to shoot ourselves in the football.
6-12, about halfway through the first quarter. No score here in Bardstown. Spencer County with the ball on the Nelson County 49-yard line. Green, swing motion, takes the pitch, gets around the right edge.
He's got some room.
First down. It's going to be right. I believe he come just short.
Yep.
Going to get to the 40.
9 Jake Green, the ball carrier.
Going to pick up about 9 on that play.
Great run by Jake, as you said, Bo, in the call. The swing motion around the outside, pitch from Jarrett Stewart, gets that corner easily. Nelson County defender just able to shove him out of bounds, 3 yards shy of that first down, but still 3rd and 3's not a terrible place to be if you're the Bears and you run the football the way you do.
Again, Green goes in motion. This time gives the ball to Armstrong, gets across the 35 up to close to the 34-yard line. Going to pick up about 6 on that play. Good enough for a Bears first down.
Spencer County doing a great job on this drive. Already a couple times being put behind the chains due to penalties. Answering the call, keeping the drive alive. We're under 6 minutes left to go in this first quarter, and I like this methodical way of playing football for the Bears tonight.
Counter goes to Higdon, and that's picked up immediately. Tackle made by Dominic Ramirez. Bears going to lose about 4 on that play.
Looked like a little timing issue there on that handoff. Still, the offensive line has got to do a little bit better job there of sealing that off. That counter only works if you're able to get those backside blocks, open up that hole for him to get through.
Stewart drops back. Blitz coming. Throws smart. Throws the ball out of bounds. Cardinals brought 5, John. They just wasn't enough there to block.
Yeah, they brought 5, and we had looked like 6 or 7 up front. I don't know if there's confusion up there with the blocking scheme and who's supposed to pick up who, but it seemed like every one of the Nelson County front was able to get through a gap and get right after Jarrett Stewart. Honestly, at first, when the play was starting to happen, I'm sitting here thinking Spencer County's running a screen, which is something we don't typically see out of the Bears, and no. Nobody out there, nobody available. Jarrett Stewart wisely throwing that football away. It's going to be 3rd and about 13.
Toby out to the right. Smalley to the left. Time handoff goes to Higdon. Cuts it back upfield. He's got a lot of room. Gets across the 25. Going to go down about the 17-yard line. Pickup of 21 for Higdon. Good enough for Bears first down.
Big run there by Caleb Higdon, being able to get to the outside. And again, this blocking. You know, I talk about how poorly the offensive line did trying to protect Stewart on that last passing play, and then what they're able to do to be pick up these blocks downfield to open up the holes for Higdon. Need a little more consistency. If we can get that type of blocking regularly on these plays, Spencer County's going to be cooking with gas.
1st and 10, ball at the Nelson County 17-yard line. Green goes in motion. And we got a flag on the play, and that looked like that was busted from the get-go. I don't know if Jarrett mishandled the snap there or what happened.
Going to have an illegal shift is the call against the Bears.
First down, and then on first down play every time, John, they've ended up with a penalty.
It's penalties, and it's penalties that – it's mental. It's things. It's unnecessary things that Spencer County's doing. They're shooting themselves in the foot with these penalties. Got to be able to clean that stuff up.
Direction, 2nd down, 12.
Early scores from around the state. Fern Creek leads Cal with 3:37 left to go in the first quarter. Manual leads Male 7-0. That also in the first quarter, and another flag comes out.
I saw that
start
one.
On the Bears.
I saw that one. Right tackle. I don't even know who's out there. Right tackle just moving a little bit in his stance. Got to settle down. Spencer County, not typically a team that gets penalized as much as we're seeing already early tonight in this game. Normally a lot more disciplined, a lot more focused. I don't know if it's the cool November air or whatever it is, but something's got them a little off kilter right now, Bo. They got to get it together.
2nd and 17. 3:36 left to go in the first quarter. Handoff goes to Higdon. He's got a blocker out front. Now he's going to reverse field, try to come back the other way, and that did not go well.
That's
Going to take about a 4 or 5 yard loss there. They're going to give him forward progress to the 31.
About a 6-yard loss. Bring up 3rd and a good fairway medal here, Bo. It's a ways to go here for the Bears. 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter.
John, we got to see on display the leg of Jackson Brown in warm-ups, but now this is just a touch out. Well, Bears going to have 6 or 8 yards here.
We got an official's timeout. I don't know
something to do with Smalley.
Issue with his knee pads, possibly. We had talked earlier in the season.
That's an emphasis this year, and we saw it before the opening kickoff of the first game
and haven't
seen it since.
Yeah. They want those knees covered. Hand is up from the back judge. Spencer County's going to have to burn a timeout here, Bo. 5 seconds left before the play clock is dead. Now we're going to have a timeout. Coaches saw it.
Second timeout taken by the Bears in the first quarter. John, you said just a little off kilter. I mean, they're moving the football. It's that methodical drive that chews up a lot of clock, just like you talked about in your keys to the game. But penalties, every time they end up, they'll gain 10, they'll lose 5. They'll gain 15, they'll lose 5. It's
2 steps forward and a step back. I mean, but still, Spencer County, like you said, continuing the drive, being able to get the ball down the field. And there are some of these penalties. Like I said, it might be a touch nitpicky with some of the calls, but I don't disagree with any of the calls. There's a lot of things that maybe some officials we've had in past games might have looked beyond and allowed to happen that these officials aren't. And they're good calls. The things that they are calling are happening on the field. Spencer County just has to clean that up a little bit. If they can clean that up, get the type of gains that they're getting regularly on each snap of the football, they're going to be no problem at all.
Stewart from the shotgun. Drops back, looks to pass. Going down to the right side. It is in the end zone.
Touchdown Bears! That Noah Crop? It was
Noah Crop. His first career reception touchdown.
That's right. I hope we have a good replay of that. That ball bounced off about 3 different sets of hands before it got to Noah Crop. Jarrett Stewart able to drop back. Had a couple receivers in the area. Ball tipped up, and Noah Crop at right place, right time. Mom, look what I found. Touchdown Bears.
Kick is no good by Jackson Brown.
I thought I heard a whistle.
They're not going to the sideline. Something must have happened there. Retry. High snap. Stewart gets it down. Low kick, but it is good. And with 2:11 left to go in the first quarter, Spencer County 7, Nelson County 0. As we look at our Country Mart instant replay of that last touchdown catch.
Little different angle right here, but as you see that ball get tipped up in the air, and Noah Crop able to come.
Really, right place, right time. It's almost like the Bears or the Washington Commanders touchdown this past Sunday.
Jaden Daniels back there throwing that pass for Spencer County. But, no, what cracked me up was you even had the line judge going down the far side of the field, and he didn't even put his hands up, almost looking and watching this play like, did I really see what I just saw? And I think that's kind of what you and I did too. We're like, did he really just catch that football and kind of caught us off guard? But still, great way to cap off that drive. Spencer County burning up around 7 minutes or so, 7 to 8 minutes of that first quarter with that one drive. Now going to kick off the ball to Nelson County. Let's see what kind of defensive adjustments Coach Eldridge was able to make during that long drive for Spencer County, and if we can start shutting down this Nelson County offense a little bit quicker.
Short kick by Dwyer. Fielded at the 11. Return's going to get across the 30 to about the 34-yard line. That return by Hagan Sims. Jack Massey in on the tackle. Nelson County would take over at their own 34-yard line, 1st and 10. The male Manual game, John, is now at halftime, 14-0 Manual.
Wow. And, we were talking about this before this game started, and you actually passed on some information that I didn't know, talking about male, dealing with a lot of injuries right now. And at one point in time ranked number one in the state of Kentucky, male. And to be able to be shut out by Manual because of those injuries, that's something that can really kind of start to derail that season a little bit, especially when we're looking at playoffs starting next week.
That run by Braden Smith. Picked up 1 on the play. 2nd down and 9. Morley from the gun. Drops back. Goes for the tunnel screen. Bears pick that up immediately.
There we go.
Pass is complete to Jacob Reynolds. But about 5 or 6 Bears in on that tackle.
Yeah, Spencer County in defense here, seeing this, reading this play, already had a screen get them a couple times. And this is a screen we tend to see on film on what Nelson County likes to run with that tunnel screen. And luckily, Bears finally went back to the bus, got their eyes off the bus on defense, and were able to see what was going on the field.
This time, Morley running away and throws that ball out of bounds. Noah Kropp, Jacob Biller chasing him down, along with John Winstead.
Going to be 4th down. We're going to see the punt unit for the first time from Nelson County. Ethan Kessinger. Back to punt.
Jake Green back deep for the Bears. Standing at his own 34-yard line. That kick is very short. It's going to land about the 47-yard line, take a Nelson County roll, and a good one at that. Bears will start on their own 29-yard line. That ball rolled 18 yards, John, after it hit.
I tell you, yeah, it's kind of cool to see a football roll like that. It doesn't really matter what team it's for. But in watching that punt, the biggest thing I came away with is watching Jake Green and how much he has grown this season. To be the back, to receive that kick, to have that ball roll and be in close proximity as a freshman to know to stay away. And those are some things that I don't know that we would have saw the first few games of the season from him, but he has grown and matured so much in his football knowledge and prowess. It's great to see.
Another flag.
We're going to have another false start
on the Bears. 4th one, John.
Yeah, Holt Hutchins over there, right tackle. That's 2 now that they have on him that I know of. The senior's going to have to find a way to settle down and sit still.
First and 15, 50 seconds left. Green goes in motion. Stewart's going to keep it himself, and he's going to lose a couple. We seen that play last week, John. It was successful for the Bears. This time, Nelson County is almost like they were in the huddle.
Well, Nelson County just getting a lot of pressure up the A-gap on the defense. And when you send that many guys in the A-gap and you have all that misdirection happening, Jarrett Stewart, he's turning his back to what's going on behind him anyway, not seeing those defenders being able to come through the way that they were and just not a lot there brewing for him.
Hand off to Green. Goes right edge. Stays on his feet. Gets across the right at the line to gain. I believe he just got it.
Yeah.
They're going to give it to him.
Jake Green up to the 40-yard line.
Pick up of 18 on that play by Green.
It's going to move the sticks, be a first down. Spencer County won't need to snap the ball here as they wind the clock.
That'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. Your score, Spencer County 7, Nelson County 0. We'll be right back on GHP Sports.
Who is Thoroughbred Asset Management?
We are local financial professionals for local people. We are your hometown coaches.
You'll see us at your school ball games, your church functions, our local chamber events.
Investing in Thoroughbred Asset Management means investing in you. We are community members with the goal of helping others. We know you work hard for your money. Let Thoroughbred Asset Management help plan a retirement strategy that works for you. We have access to all types of investment options and will form a plan that fits your individual needs. We have the tools and strategies we need to help make your goals become a reality.
Do you know the Heirloom Traditions Company store is now open? You can get everything you need to update your home both inside and out using the incredible all-in-one paint and all-in-one stain. There's lots to enjoy here, and check us out at 33 Progressive Drive, Taylorsville.
Back at Nelson County High School, get ready to start the second quarter. So we see here that run by Jake Green. Gets tripped up right there, John. Puts a hand down, stays on his feet, and then drives right here. Needed a couple more yards to pick up that first down. Gets it. Bears have the ball at their own 40-yard line, 1st and 10.
Give a little pat on the back, too, to Armin Smalley with his finishing out that block out there.
Pitch goes to Green. Cuts back up to the middle of the field. He's got another first down across the 45 and go all the way down to about the 43-yard line.
Jake Green going through contact on this play, too.
17-yard gain there.
Yeah, number 60, Dominic Ramirez for the Nelson County Cardinals, getting a hand on, getting a hold of that jersey, and Jake Green dragging him down the field for an extra 5 yards to be able to pick up that first down.
And off again to Green. Looked like the same play, John, just about. He's going to get forward for a couple this time. Bring up 2nd down and 8.
Well, there's two different philosophies when you look at that when running the same play. One, we're going to run it till you stop it, or two, Coach Marksberry's running these plays trying to set up for something else. And you know, either way is a good way to look at it. You know, you're going to make Nelson County defend that, make them slow down that offensive play, or you end up finding a way to bust them another direction, and I hope that's what we're about to see.
Higdon goes out wide. Pitch goes to Green. Going to get hit about the 37-yard line, dropped at the 36. Actually going to mark him at the 35-yard line. 3rd down and 2.
3rd down 2.
Hand off Armstrong, nothing.
Yeah.
Gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Spencer County had run that play. They've run that a couple times already, short yardage, Bo, where they've sent Danny Armstrong between the tackles, trying to be able to pick up that, snuffed out by the Nelson County Cardinals. Going to bring up a 4th down, and Spencer County's going to keep their offense on the field.
Kind of in that no man's land territory there, John. I mean, even with a punt, you're not going to pick up a whole lot.
No.
So might as well go for it. 4th down and 2. Got Toby out to the left, Smalley to the right. Stewart, and we're going to get another false start, aren't we?
Yeah, Caleb Higdon lined up in the slot, leaning forward at the snap of the ball, and officials caught that, going to back him up 5 yards. And now if you're Coach Marksberry, you might be thinking about something else. Looks like he's going to keep his offense on the field, though, Bo. Still going to go for it here. 4th down and 7.
Five false starts, John, in the first
you can't have
14 minutes of the game.
Can't have that.
4th and 7. That time, Stewart with the hard count draws the Cardinals offside, gets his 5 back.
Love it, love it, love it right there. That's you know, giving back a little bit if you're Spencer County and you're that offensive line able to just get in your stance, stay strong, wait for them to jump, get those easy 5 yards. And, Bo, we're back to a 4th and 2, which is a lot easier for this offense to manage.
Stewart, pitch, goes to the outside, flag comes out. Clock will continue to run.
Kind of curious what we're going to see out of this flag. Nelson County players seem to think it's against Spencer County. We're going to have a hold against Spencer County. Where the official has the ball spotted would have been a 1st down. So you know Coach Rogers is going to accept this penalty. He's going to back up the Bears and make it about a 4th and 11. He might be kind of curious about a measurement of where that ball would be. If it's not a first down, he declines that penalty, Bo, and it's a turnover on downs. I believe the officials
are accepting the penalty.
Yeah, there we go. Officials are going to mark it off. 10-yard penalty, be 4th down, and now we see the punt
comes
team
on for the Bears.
Yep. Multiple
By
penalties.
my count, John, that's 7 penalties on the Bears in the first half.
Multiple penalties.
Smalley to kick. Good kick. Kicks it away. Going to take a Spencer County roll down inside, just inside the 10-yard line. Probably mark it at the 10.
And they will. 35, 36-yard punt there by Armin Smalley.
It's about what UK gets.
Yeah. That's not saying a whole lot. We'll have that talk another time. But Nelson County able to shut down Spencer County's drive there. It was a drive that they did start with a minute left to go in the first quarter, so they was 4.5, 5 minutes able to work off of that clock on a non-scoring drive. 8.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter, where Nelson County has another opportunity to maybe get a drive going again.
Handoff goes to Smith, tries to get around the left edge. We'll pick up about 5 on that play, John.
Braden Smith, the ball carrier, stop number 44.
Bring up 2nd down and 5 for the Cardinals.
It's a couple more yards than Coach Eldridge would like to see on a running play like that. Spencer County flowed nice to the outside. You just have to be able to get off those blocks and be able to get to that running back a little bit quicker.
Again, handoff to Smith. Hit by Ian Blanford and pushed back. He may have got back to the line of scrimmage, John. That's where they're going to spot it. Bring up 3rd down and 5.
Paxton Truitt in there.
He hit a truck.
Yeah. Paxton Truitt, Ethan Sutherland, Ian Blanford, all of them in there making that tackle, being able to come up from their positions to get that stop.
Third down and 5 for the Cardinals. Morley looks to pass. Now he's in trouble. Escapes one. Still on his feet running. Now he's just going to throw the ball away. Now bring up 4th and 5, and no doubt going to punt here, John.
Yeah, you have to. If you're Coach Rogers, down 7 points, still 7.5 minutes left to go in this first half, and we do see the punt unit come on the field. I'm assuming Ethan Kessinger will be stepping back to be able to punt this one away again.
Jake Green standing on the Nelson County 48-yard line. Bears come quick at that. Green going to take that at his own 48. Gets across the 40. Hit. It's going to go down about the 36, maybe 37-yard line. 18-yard return or 16-yard return.
Great pressure from the Bears on that, Bo. Coming up the middle, being able to force Kessinger to get that off quick. Jake Green sure-handed, able to pick up some yards, giving the Bears really good field position to start this drive. Now let's just hope they can clean up those penalties.
Marking the ball at the 38. $7-11 left to go in the first half. Bears lead 7-0. Last regular season game of the year. Stewart from the shotgun. 2 out wide to the left. Handoff. Tried to get around the right edge. Nothing there for Green. Actually going to take a little bit of maybe a yard loss there, John.
Yeah.
I think Lauren go get us one of those pork chops at halftime.
I don't know if she will or not. I mean, Goodness. Talk about her on TV and all this kind of stuff. You'd thought she would have been happy about that, but she really didn't look like she was that impressed when we were talking about her eating that pork chop sandwich in front of us.
Reverse goes back to Higdon. He's grabbed from behind, though, going to lose another yard. Good play there by John. Another step, and he's going to gain some real yardage here.
Great idea. It happened too fast. You look at how tight that is where they made that change for the reverse. You can't have that many things happening in such a small space that's already drawing attention from the defense to begin with. Timing a little bit off on that. Going to get a loss there, bring up a 3rd and long for the Bears.
3rd and about 13. Stewart back up under center. Another false start.
County doing like 5 yards illegal procedure.
I didn't see that one, but.
Third and 18 now. Toby out to the left, Smalley to the right. Stewart under center. Green goes in motion. Stewart drops back, looks to pass, going for the home run. He's got Smalley open.
Oh, man.
Through the hands, incomplete.
Stewart's pass and fifth number 17, Armin Smalley falls incomplete. 4th down.
Now bring up 4th and 18.
Smalley running that post route down the middle, Bo, and it just seemed like maybe the defender jumping in front of him, maybe an arm moving in front of him, caused him to be distracted a little bit, not able to look that ball into his hands.
Smalley on the punt, has to get rid of it quick. Got another good punt. Going to take another Spencer County roll down to about the 12-yard line.
Let's look at the Country Mart instant replay of that pass. Jared Stewart's going to drop back, fake the middle, drop back, has pressure in his face, able to get that off. But as you see that player right in front of Armin Smalley, I can't even see the number from here. But as he jumps in front of him, trying to get his hands up on that football, that's the only thing I can think of, Bo, is it just distracted Armin just enough to where he could not see that football into his hands. Force the punt here, and Nelson County's got an opportunity again with 5:16 left to go in the second quarter.
Empty backfield for Morley. Rolls out to the left. Quick pass. Tries to hit Sims.
How in the world do you throw a flag that late? They're going to try to get Aiden Trammell here for pass interference, I believe.
There's a flag on the play.
Line judge comes all the way up, throws his flag for pass interference.
I don't know, John. There's contact there, but
it is very, very, very light contact. See, there's the ball coming in. I mean, he may be a little. I don't.
Ninth first half penalty on the Bears. Morley has to get rid of it quick. Screen pass goes out to Daddison, makes the man miss. Still on his feet. Dropped by Jacob Biller. They're going to give him the 30. How do they give him the 36-yard line?
I don't know.
We'll bring up 2nd down and 2. 4:43 left to go. Morley, again, rolls out. Now he's going to go long. Trying to get Nally. It's complete. Tackled by Armin Smalley about the 12-yard line.
That's the County ball to Spencer County 12-yard line. First down, Cardinals.
Big play by Nelson County. Got them down threatening to score. The ball at the 12-yard line, 1st and 10. Time. And off to Smith. Being chased by Truitt. Gets through into the end zone. Touchdown Cardinals.
Spencer County defense just kind of got punched in the mouth right there, Bo. That big play, giving up that pass play. Got them in bad position there. Nelson County able to capitalize on it. Put it in the end zone for 6.
Cooper Thompson on for the PAT. And it is good. And with 4:11 left to go in the first half, this score's tied at 7.
With 4:11 remaining to the half, Nelson County 7, Spencer County 7.
Tied ball game. 4 minutes left to go until we reach halftime here. And really the story of the first half, Bo, for Spencer County's got to be the penalties. You know, a lot of flags thrown on them and causing them to get behind the chains a lot. And, you know, we've talked about it many times before throughout the season. This wing tee offense that Coach Marksberry employs is not an offense that typically gets big chunk plays. Now, we've seen that tonight, some big chunk plays from Caleb Higdon, from Jake Green, simply because they've been able to break some tackles and get into some space. But typically those are types of plays where you need to be working in front of the chains, not behind the chains, to be able to continue to pick up first downs. And if you're going to continue to have these penalties, eventually you're going to have these plays that you're not going to be able to pick up that big lump of yardage. You're going to struggle to be able to get those first downs, and you're going to give the ball back to a Nelson County team now, Bo, that a little bit of momentum. And Spencer County's going to have to come up with an answer right here as we got 4 minutes left till halftime. Now, Spencer County will get the ball to receive the second half. Coach Marksberry's going to look to double dip here if he can.
Ball goes out of bounds. It'd be a penalty.
Bring it up to the 35.
Spencer County right now, John, 9 penalties for 60 yards in the first half.
And the boys, the energy or lack thereof of Spencer County, it's just painful to watch right now as they not really into this game. It seems like so much of their timing, so much of their rhythm has been disrupted by those yellow flags being thrown on the field and struggling just to stay involved. Coaches are really going to have to try to redirect that energy, refocus that energy at the locker room at halftime. But I tell you what, a score here before the half could really go a long way to help them.
1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Handoff goes to Higdon. Got Coleman out front. Gets hit about the 38-yard line and dropped. Going to pick up 3. Bring up 2nd down and 7.
Number 7, Reed McKee, and number 11, Zach Ellis. Two-yard gain, 2nd down, 8.
3:40 left to go in the second quarter. Spencer County only one timeout after Coach Marksberry had to burn a couple of them early in the first quarter.
Handoff comes back this way to Green. Going right back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Be 3rd and 7.
Pick up 1, be 3rd down, 7.
Spencer County 3rd and long. Need about 7 yards to be able to move those chains.
Stewart.
Tried the hard count. Yep.
Coach Marksberry takes his last time out of the first half. That's just, John, Might have just been burning just a little extra clock, just in case you don't get this first down here and you got to punt away.
Yeah.
Give them the least amount of time as possible.
I don't mind that at all. And, Spencer County, no timeouts left to go. Even if we are able to pick up this first down, having the 2:47 left to go in the first half, and the way Spencer County can work the outside with the sweeps and the counters trying to get the ball out, it still gives us an opportunity to be able to stop that clock by being able to get out of bounds. Or, incomplete passes. We throw the ball. We can get these big chunk plays that way. We've seen Jarrett Stewart many times be able to throw these 30, 40-yard passes and break something open, be able to put some points on the board. It's still really, really, really want Spencer County to be able to be successful with this drive, be able to add to their, well, it was a lead. It's not a lead now, but to be able to add to their 7 points before they go in the locker room, just to get some of that confidence back into them.
Stewart drops back, looks to pass. Going long. It is
intercepted.
Picked off. Yep. Intercepted by Russell Cox. Toby and Smalley think the ball hit the ground, but there's not going to be any of that.
No, you're not going to be able to even argue that.
But you know what, John? That's about as good as a punt. I mean, about as good as you could ask for.
Yeah, I mean,
if you're not going to pick up the first down, it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Cardinals at their own 25-yard line. 2:40 left to go.
Yep.
Nelson County does have all 3 timeouts.
Spencer County defense going to have to step up here and step up big. Cannot afford to allow them to go down the field and put points on the board before the half.
Orlick going long. It's incomplete. Trying to go to Daddison. Being covered by Caleb Higdon. Bring up 2nd down and 10.
Great coverage there by Higdon, being able to stay with the receiver. Again, seeing a lot of single high man coverage from the Spencer County Bears tonight. And so it's going to leave guys like Higdon and Smalley. It's going to put them on islands on that outside, and they're going to have to be able to stay with these receivers stride for stride, make sure that they don't have an opportunity to complete these passes. We had a long one on that last possession. We need to be able to shut those down.
This time, Morley rolls out to the left, still looking. Now he's going to go down about the 35-yard line. They're going to give him a yard on that.
Bring up a third and 9. Yep. Clock's going to move now. Coach Rogers not calling timeouts. Going to let it keep ticking.
Movement there, not called. Pass is complete. Across the middle to Kessinger, but
couple yards.
Yeah, gained about 1 on that one also.
It'll be 4th.
4th and 8.
Kessinger.
This might be where he does let the clock run down here, John, and call a timeout.
You do. That's the smart way to do it. He wants to be able to leave Coach Marksberry with a little time. Wait, we're back in an offensive formation.
Yep.
We have an equipment issue. Not sure what's going on. I do see where Dominic Ramirez had to come off the field. Placed by Jacob Lambden.
4th and 7. Bears jump.
No, he didn't get across.
Didn't get across.
Hands up from the back judge.
They're just waiting to call the timeout. Smart call there by Coach Rogers. That's the first called timeout by Nelson County in the first half. 57.3 seconds left. No doubt they'll punt the ball away now, John. Give the Bears maybe a play or two.
Yeah.
To try to do something here toward the end of the first half. Oldham County and North Oldham tied at 7 right now.
That surprises me. I'm not going to lie, Bo. Oldham County struggled a little bit this year. North Oldham, we know what they did to the Bears last week and what they've been able to do in the 4th District. And be playing Oldham County tonight. And
DeSales up 14-0 over John Hardin. Cal leads Fern Creek 7-3.
No word yet on the Boyle County game tonight.
10-0 Boyle County.
At Frederick Douglass, it's a big game.
Punt, a good one. Green is going to let it hit. It's going to roll down to about the 31-yard line. And that's where the Bears. Little extracurriculars after that. We've had a quick trigger on the flag all night, John.
But not one there. And really kind of surprised me, too. Officials not blowing that play dead sooner. Ball sitting there. Nelson County not touching the football, trying to let that clock run.
The punter just come in and cleaned out Caleb Higdon.
That's all he did. He come down, hits Caleb Higdon. Nobody's even touched the football, and Kessinger goes after Higdon.
That's pathetic.
I mean, the way his arms were slinging right there, that to me is throwing a punch. That player should be ejected from the game.
1st and 10 Bears, 45 seconds left. Stewart drops back, looking to pass. Nothing there. Now he's got to go. Being chased down from behind. Fumbles. Ball's on the ground. Recovered by Nelson County, I believe. Nelson County football.
33 seconds left to go in the half. Jarrett Stewart just not realizing the pressure behind him as he goes around that outside edge. Nelson County able to knock that ball loose. Bo, that's one if you're Jarrett Stewart, you just got to throw it away. Incomplete pass there, stops the clock, keeps you in possession of the football. And that had bad news written all over it.
33 seconds left. Morley from the gun. Had motion there. No call. Sacked. Paxton Truitt come in from his nickel position. It's going to be about a 7 or 8 yard loss, and we got a timeout, Nelson County.
I don't understand there at the snap. Before the snap of that play, Kessinger leaning forward. We've seen these calls against Spencer County all night long. We've seen how just this little bit of movement by Spencer County has drawn that flag from the refs as a false start. Kessinger leaning forward at the snap of the ball and no flag thrown against him. And this Nelson County Cardinal team is a false start. There, he's starting early.
Yeah.
And no flag.
We saw Paxton Truitt last week almost get to Daniels like that, John. And probably that same blitz package by the Bears. And this time he does get to Morley. Be 2nd and 18, 26.6 seconds left. Two out wide each way. Morley got another movement there, nothing called. Screen pass goes to Smith. Bears giving that up underneath, taken down by Massey. That'll probably take us to the end of the first half.
They still have one more timeout left. Coach Rogers is going to use it.
He's going to use it.
Great job by the defense there, Spencer County, keeping that player inbounds. Not necessarily the smartest pass I think I've seen Cam Morley ever throw, going across the middle of the defense like that, knowing that he either needs to get out of bounds or you're going to waste that last timeout. Now that timeout's spent, 14.6 seconds, if it's a play of any length at all, you get the stoppage of downs if they get the first down. But to try to run up, try to do anything, is just not a lot of time to make stuff happen. Spencer County got them in a 3rd and 16 right now and kind of forcing them into a passing situation. And, Bo, an incomplete pass, of course, stops the clock, giving the Bears potentially an opportunity. I know it's a long shot, but to get a punt, maybe do something with it, I don't know. But it's still – stranger things have happened in the game of football.
Oldham County now leads North Oldham 17-14 with a minute and a half left to go in the second.
Wow.
And halftime in Danville, Boyle County 17, Frederick Douglass 7. 14 seconds left. Those receivers are leaving early.
Yeah, they are.
There's a hold that never got called. Morley looking to go long.
It's intercepted.
It's intercepted, but I believe he was out of bounds.
We'll see what where's the official? They're going to give him the interception. It's going to be Spencer County ball. I believe they're going to call it complete. Or are they not? You cannot let a line judge that's back here at the 50-yard line make this call. And that's what they're going to call. They're going to call that as an incomplete pass. That's going to give Nelson County a chance here on 4th down. With only 4.7 seconds left, it doesn't really matter. Even if they turn the ball over, not a lot of time left, they might as well take a shot here. That's giving them another opportunity simply because you do not have an official downfield to make that call. That is not fair.
I don't know how an official 40 yards away makes that call. But anyway, Morley rolls out to the right. He's got a man wide open, don't see him. Now he's coming back this way. Now he tries to throw it across the middle. It's tapped. Interception! Massey has got a lot of room. Noah Kropp. Kropp gets to midfield, still on his feet. He's going to go down at the 50-yard line. Big return by Noah Kropp. Little excitement here to end the first half. At the end of the first half, your score is tied. Spencer County 7, Nelson County 7.
Coach Marksberry going to gather the troops there on the sideline. We do have Blaine waiting over there patiently. Be able to talk to him before he goes into the locker room. I kind of wonder, Bo, if some of our coaches might not have a few words with some officials before they go in the locker room. Not really caring for the way this game is being called here, as the officials are now going off the field on golf carts. That's something right there. But let's go down to Blaine. I think, well, wait a minute. Marksberry's going to get a drink, I believe. Here we go. Let's go down to Blaine on the sidelines as he has Coach Marksberry.
Hey, Coach. It's tied at the half. Just a lot of self-inflicted wounds with penalties and turnovers. What's the message going into the locker room and for the second half?
We just have to go in there and fix some things. I mean, they're calling our offensive linemen for flinching, but they're also snapping the ball when their linemen are going down. And I don't know this to be the case, but I don't know if they called a penalty on them at all. I don't think there was one penalty thrown on Nelson County at all. And you know what? We'll get in here. We'll get everything calmed down, make some adjustments. Defense played well. We had that one big pass down the sideline over there, but we'll fix some stuff, and we'll be ready to go in the second half. We'll get the kickoff, and we want to be prepared for an onside kick or something like that, but we'll be fine. We'll get it fixed.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach Marksberry. Thank you, Blaine. John, you and I are going to step away for just a minute. Your score at the half, Spencer County 7, Nelson County 7. We'll be right back on GHP Sports.
Are you looking for a reputable shop to take care of your ride? Stop by Dougherty's Body Shop and Service Center, offering all manner of body and mechanical work to keep your vehicle looking and performing at its best. Conveniently located at 910 Taylorsville Road in Taylorsville, or find us on the web at Dougherty'sBodyShop.com. Dougherty's Body Shop and Service Center. Big or small, we fix it all.
Country Mart in Taylorsville has the finest selection of freshly butchered meats, produce, and all of the other ingredients to make your mealtime a victory. If you're running short on time or just don't feel like cooking, Country Mart is the only place in Taylorsville to get delicious Champs chicken. Dine in or take it to go. Your family will love it. Make sure to use your Country Mart card to save on food and earn points at the pump. Country Mart, your local grocery, proudly serving Taylorsville and all of Spencer County for over 50 years.
Welcome back to Nelson County High School. Halftime of the Dougherty's Body Shop and Service Center game of the week. John, 7-7. Self-inflicted wounds by the Bears. Well, let's just say
what you want to call it.
Let's call it inflicted wounds on the Bears. 9 penalties in the first half. Maybe 3 or 4 of them legit. But
yeah.
I mean, the same thing's happening on both sides of the field. And Marksbury was pretty T.O. going into the locker room there.
Well, and I don't blame him. I am too. And before we say anything else, I want everybody out there to make sure that they remember we call Spencer County games, and we're not affiliated with Spencer County High School. We are freelancers at this, and we are going to say things that we want to say at times in good taste. But I'm telling you what, you and I, as soon as we went off the air, we were both talking about the fact we have not seen a game officiated this bad in a long time. The fact that they're calling so many things against Spencer County, officials are out of position. There was a pass interference call that I'm not saying it wasn't pass interference, but for an official to be 20 yards downfield, throwing the flag in late, not in position to make that call, that is not his job. That's not his place to see that. To not allow this interception that Armin Smalley made on this sideline simply because you didn't have an official willing to run down the field and play and do his job to be able to see what happened down there. And then, again, receivers constantly leaning for Nelson County before the snap of the ball. We have linemen not even getting set before the snap of the ball and no flags being thrown against Nelson County. And what do the referees get for it? They get a escort off the field on golf carts to go into the locker room at halftime and get a little bit of a break. I mean, their arms have to be getting sore from throwing those flags is all I can say.
Yeah, it's yeah, I'm just going to be quiet.
Yeah, I'm going to get off my soapbox. I said my piece. About it. We're going to move on. Spencer County still, regardless of anything that's went on in that first half, you still have to play the game. And you still have to do things, even if you deal with officiating, if you deal with field conditions, if you deal with weather conditions, it's still part of the game that you have to be able to overcome and you have to be able to handle. A lot of those calls, I'm not going to say didn't happen. And those are things that Coach Marksbury and his staff are going to be able to clean up in the locker room. They're going to try to do a better job of making sure the players are a little bit more disciplined and being able to make the things happen that they need to have happen. It's still something that it's a struggle to sit here and watch as a Spencer County fan. But, Bo, it is something the Bears have to deal with.
John, in the first half, we look at our Taylorsville Community Church players to watch. Caleb Higdon early, 2 big runs, set the Bears up on that march down the field, and has really played a real good ball game tonight for Spencer County.
Yeah, he has, and it was somebody that we had talked about even before the game. You had said, if I'm Coach Marksbury, I'm giving it to him right off the bat, very first play. And I agree with you. It didn't happen, but still, it was within 2 or 3 plays we saw Caleb Higdon handle the football and gave him an opportunity early in this game to try to settle into it, to try to, okay, I'm here, I'm playing with my brothers, I'm with Spencer County. Yes, I may have played on this field for many years, but he still had to find a way to settle that. I don't know that he had nerves, but if he did, that was a chance for him to calm down and be able to go out, get positive yards, and just lock into this football game.
Not only are we not keeping stats tonight, John, Ross, who also sends me the stats from the sideline, he said his app shut down on him in the second half and everything reset. So we have absolutely
nothing. We have nothing but a 7-7 score.
A 7-7 score. That's absolutely all we've got tonight. So
and
John and I are just going to wing
penalties to none and whatever.
Well, I am keeping track of Spencer County penalties over here and trying to keep track of a few ball games. We do have the 2 scores in the game in the first quarter. Jarrett Stewart, long pass to Noah Kropp that the ball tipped or not, it was close, and I mean just landed right in the breadbasket. Him standing in the end zone.
It did, and it was one of those situations. Look, Ma, look what I found, out there in the end zone for Noah Kropp. But still, again, just like you mentioned, it was shades of that of the game. Jaden Daniels with the Commanders being able to throw that Hail Mary pass at the end of that's football.
Yep.
That's how it happens. And, you'll see times where there'll be football games. And actually, I don't know that he's listening tonight, but mentioned last week Dave McCoy, somebody that you and I both work with. He and I was talking about this game coming in, and we were talking about some different things that's happened. And he actually had a similar situation where something funky happened towards the end of the game. And the opposing coach that he was coaching against, they won the game because of it, come out to him, shaking hands and said, Dave, I hate winning that way. And he's like, why? That's football. And that's exactly what's happening here. That's exactly what happened with Noah Kropp in the end zone and saying, that's football. He's in the right place at the right time, but every single play that happens on the field, good or bad, is because somebody's in the right place at the right time. And Noah Kropp being able to focus, pay attention, see that football, bring it in to put 7 on the board for the Bears, that was huge to get started early in this game.
And with 4:11 left in the second quarter, 12-yard run by Braden Smith to tie the score at 7. But right before that, John, long pass to Nick Nally from Morley to set that play up and tied the score up at 7. And that's where we're sitting at right now, 7-7.
Yeah, and that long pass play, we saw a few pass plays from Morley in this where he's been able to complete some stuff. Spencer County is running a cover 1 man type of a defense out there. It's man-to-man, cover 1 with a safety deep. So to be able to keep those guys, keep those defensive backs with those receivers, we're struggling with it at times. And I think part of it could be because Nelson County did have a little bit of success running the football. Now, later on, we got more into the second quarter. Linebackers, defensive line doing a lot better job of being able to contain Morley and contain that rushing attack that they had. Hopefully, Coach Eldridge, his defensive staff's going to be able to talk to his defensive backs, let them know, we got the front, you need to take care of this out back, be able to stay with these receivers and be able to let that safety do exactly what he's there for and just be the safety to help out wherever help is needed. But we cannot have a bunch of receivers out on the field with the safety not knowing where to go because help is needed everywhere.
John and I are going to step away here for a minute and take a quick break. When we come back, we won't go over stats, but we do have a few scores of some ball games around the area we could go over with you, and we'll do that right after these messages here on GHP Sports.
Is your laundry taking forever to dry? Are your energy bills reaching unseen highs? It's time to call in the Dryer Vent Squad. According to the National Fire Protection Association, lint ignition and failure to clean are major causes of dryer fires. A clogged dryer vent also costs more in energy bills because it takes more time to dry, leading to stress on your appliance. At Dryer Vent Squad, we're not just cleaning vents, we're saving you time and money while keeping your home safe. Our experienced professionals ensure that your dryer vents are free from lint and debris, drying clothes faster, saving you money, and preventing potential fire hazards. Choose us for affordable cleaning, inspections, and repairs for all residential and commercial dryer vent systems. Life is stressful enough. Eliminate the worry over a potentially hazardous dryer vent by calling us today.
Are you looking for a reputable shop to take care of your ride? Stop by Dougherty's Body Shop and Service Center, offering all manner of body and mechanical work to keep your vehicle looking and performing at its best. Conveniently located at 910 Taylorsville Road in Taylorsville, or find us on the web at Dougherty'sBodyShop.com. Dougherty's Body Shop and Service Center. Big or small, we fix it all.
For over a century, the People's Bank has been assisting our community with their financial needs. The key to that success has been the close connections we have made with the people in the community that we serve. Come in today at our main office located in the historic downtown Taylorsville at 23 West Main Street, or at our branch located at 5511 Taylorsville Road in Fisherville, and see how we can serve you. The People's Bank is proud to support the efforts of our local athletic program. Go Bears!
Welcome back to Nelson County High School. Halftime. Ball game is tied 7-7. Penalty filled first half by the Bears.
Seeing a little bit of the future Cardinals type of thing going on tonight. Always love seeing the kids. We get to see that pretty often, Spencer County, whether it be with the basketball teams or with the football teams. And it's really neat to see the kids come out there, the enthusiasm that they have. And, I mean, it's just a few years from now that some of these kids are going to be on this field having their names called. And so it's great to see that football's alive and well in multiple schools in multiple areas around us.
Our score is 7-7 here, but the other scores around the area that we have right now, Manual leads Male 21-0. DeSales is actually, I got that score backwards. John Harden leads DeSales 28-7 at the half.
That's our youth football program.
And Frederick Douglass in Boyle County. Boyle County leads that one 17-7 at the half. Oldham County and North Oldham, that's at halftime also. Oldham County leads 20-14. Great Crossing over Collins 14-7. And a game last night, or 2 nights ago actually, John. It was on Wednesday night. One of the former opponents of Spencer County, Bullitt Central, beat J-Town 19-18.
Wow.
I work with a guy that his wife teaches at J-Town, and because of officials, their game had to be moved.
Yeah.
Didn't have enough officials. Yep. So at first they moved it to Thursday night, and it's senior night, and it's also Halloween night, and a lot of people got aggravated over that, so they ended up moving the game to Wednesday night. It's almost like MAC football on ESPN.
Well, and you talk about J-Town, being a member of our sister district, which kind of brings me to something that, you had wrote down in your notes that we hadn't got to yet tonight, but it's something we can talk about now. This current district alignment that Spencer County's in going into the playoffs, where they have Franklin County, North Oldham, Western Hills, Shelby County, and Henry County along with us, that district is done at the end of this season. It was only a 2-year setup type of a thing, and then there was a redistricting done. And, Bo, I believe you have our new district opponents that we can look forward to the fall of 25?
Yes, next year, District 4 and 4A, which is where Spencer County's at. That's also considered the western half of the state. Our district opponents are going to be Franklin County will stay the same, Western Hills will stay the same, Shelby County will stay the same, Henry County. Western Hills, Shelby, and Franklin County will stay the same. Henry County falls to 3A in the next realignment and go to District 5, which will actually put them in the east part of the state.
Yes, it will.
And North Oldham will actually be moving to our sister district, which will be Breckenridge County, North Oldham, Doss Valley, and Wagner.
Now, what you didn't tell our listeners out there, There is one team that got added to our district. We do have Franklin County back. We have Shelby County. We have Western Hills.
We got Grant County
moving in, which
hour and 40 minutes.
I know, moving out. Again, we talk about this in basketball and laugh about it with the 8th region, how the KHSAA
does not own a map.
Yeah, exactly, doesn't own a map to have the 8th region be as big as it is in basketball. But, and now we have this being broke up with our district now where we lose North Oldham, which is 45 minutes maybe, something like that from Spencer County, depending on traffic, to where hour 45 we get to go to Grant County. And so definitely be a little bit of a twist in there. Losing Henry County, I kind of hate that. That's always been a good rivalry with Spencer County. It's a team that we've played a lot. It's been a lot of back and forth between the schools and good competition at that.
I don't doubt that game continues. We've talked about it before. That's since Spencer County started playing football 21 years ago.
Yeah,
they played Henry County more than they played any other team
right. Yep.
in that time. And I would not doubt that game goes on. We got Stuart Deal now at Spencer County High School. He will probably want to try to help keep that game going. So
to be the devil's advocate, though, to look at the other side of the coin, and what I hate to see of it if it continues is the fact that Henry County did drop to 3A. And so now Spencer County actually kind of takes a hit playing them because we're still a 4A school. And that's where we've seen so many of these other schools, whether it be South Oldham, Collins, or different games like that Spencer County plays that are not in our district. They're 5A schools. We get that little bit of a boost in the RPI simply because we're playing a 5A school. Taking that hit, I understand it's a team we play a lot. It's a team we've played a lot in the past. But at some point in time, you might have to cut ties.
So we've been in a district with 6 teams now for 2 years. This is also a 2-year alignment.
Yes,
I thought they were going to do 3, but they've decided to stick with 2. We only have 4 district games now, which I think is a plus.
I do too.
It gives you the freedom to go out and schedule that extra team instead of having all your schedule or over half your schedule set for you each year.
Well, that was one of the benefits when we were in the district we were before, where we had John Hardin, Marion County, Spencer County, and Anderson. Moore, and Valley. Valley was even in that district. But where we had that before, it was a 5-team district that we had those 4 games, and we could schedule that one more opponent where we're talking this RPI, where we're talking about Henry County being a 3A school and you take a hit by playing them. You have that extra week to maybe schedule a 5 or potentially a 6A school that gives you that little bit of a bump.
You get a little bit of a bump, win or lose.
Exactly.
For playing a school above your class.
Yeah, and, versus taking a hit against a 3A or potentially a 2A school. And so it's going to bring up a lot of interesting conversations, I'm sure, when it comes to working out a schedule for the Bears next year. But still something I'm looking forward to seeing. We both, if you would have asked us 2 years ago and they're talking about this redistricting to do the district we are in currently, we said then, we're probably going to be 5A because the size of our school. And then to find out, we're close. We were close, and then they redistricted this time, and we still got to stay 4A. Now, I do understand the rules of how they do that. Spencer County coaches, Coach Marksberry, he could have asked to be moved up to 5A, knowing if he did, though, that there is a district in and around Louisville that wouldn't have been bad, that we would have been able to compete in. But then there's also a district that brings in the likes of Collins, Woodford County, Scott County, different schools like South Oldham, that would be a little bit more difficult to be able to compete in. And so rather than roll those dice thinking, I could get put in one or the other, elected to go ahead and stay in 4A, and that's what we'll get to see again next year.
So time has expired here, but I'm sure we're going to we had a 15-minute intermission here. And now we got 3 more minutes back on the clock. So, John, looking forward, win or lose here tonight. Looking forward to next week. We got Doss. Spencer County has to travel to Doss to play in the first round of the KHSAA 4A playoffs. I've not really studied them a whole lot. Have you looked at anything as far as what they do?
I haven't really looked at them much either. Of course, a lot of focus the last few weeks with North Oldham being the team that they were and the importance of that game. And then coming into this game tonight after taking that loss, putting a lot of effort into seeing what Nelson County did, what they have, and looking forward to getting a good win and, trying to get things back on track. Of course, we're still going into a second half looking to get things on track. But, just in that preparation to try to get us ready for DOS. Now, you and I both know we have looked a little bit at some of the numbers earlier in the season. The sister district this year, just like last year, a little bit weaker than the 4th district. And so we know going in that DOS is the 2 seed where they lost last week to DeSales. DeSales able to get that 1 seed, and DeSales getting the draw of Western Hills in that opening round, I would have to put DeSales as a favorite in that game and compared to what Western Hills has been able to do even in our district. But when you look at the other 3 games, when you look at Spencer County going to DOS, when you look at Franklin County, and I don't even know still the 3 and 4 seeds and how they got that worked out.
That will be figured up by in the morning. That will be decided RPI. Because your RPI locks after tonight.
Yeah, and so how they'll get their 3 and 4 seeds, we still don't know who those schools are going to be. But for those schools to have to travel, the 3 seed having to travel to North Oldham, the 4 seed having to travel to Franklin County, those 2 schools, simply by the RPI and by what they've been able to do throughout the year, are going to be hugely favored. And I would think, looking at the RPI, looking at records, Spencer County be favored going into DOS. And so 3 of the 4 from the 4A, from District 4A, really or from District 4, I'm sorry, should be favored, overwhelmingly favored going into next week. And then Western Hills, going to be a tough environment against DeSales. Last year Spencer County played DeSales in the second round of the playoffs, and it turned into a shootout, something we typically don't see.
Low scoring in the first half,
yeah.
And then second half, it's like the last team that had the ball was going to win.
Yeah, it was crazy too. And fun game as long as we come out on top. If we lost that game, it wouldn't have been that much fun. But Spencer County able to come out on top, be able to advance to Paducah-Tillman to play in the third round of the playoffs last year. This year, of course, having lost last week, as we mentioned, going to be in the bracket with Franklin County. And so Spencer County, even getting a win against DOS, likely to have to travel to Frankfort the following week for the second round of the playoffs against a juggernaut of a team in the Flyers.
Number 3, Caleb Higdon, along with number 9, Jake Green.
Caleb Higdon, Jake Green back deep. Bears do get the opening kickoff here in the second half. Bears do have the hands team up there. Short kick.
Let it go out of bounds. Yep.
Goes out of bounds. Second time tonight. Nelson County has kicked the ball out of bounds. It's an illegal procedure penalty. Should mark the ball at the 35-yard line.
And it will, and Spencer County will take over there. And kind of curious to see the attitude the Bears come out with when they take the field. As we talked about, I went on my little rant, and I'm done with that. I did it. I'm done. Spencer County, though, like I was saying earlier, even if you're dealing with officials, even if you're dealing with field conditions, weather, whatever, you still have to play the game. Spencer County has to go out with those adjustments and play the game how it's being put in front of them.
Bears going for the home run. Got Smalley, dives, does not come up with the catch.
That was there, too. I honestly thought when we saw that earlier in the game, Bo, that was something Spencer County would be able to go back to, is the Nelson County Cardinals just not respecting the ability for Jarrett Stewart to throw the football. And so
that and the speed of Smalley's just outrunning this DB over here on this side.
He is just lightning fast.
Second down and 10. And off to Green. Gets hit right at the line of scrimmage. Is going to fall forward about 3 yards. Bring up third down and 7.
Xavier Lawson able to get that tackle there. Get him kind of shaking his hand a little bit. Sophomore defensive end. 3rd and 7 for Spencer County.
Bears, as usual, taking their time. Control the clock.
That's right.
Tighter formation this time for the Bears. Handoff. This time goes
Oh,
to
he's
Green.
got some room.
He's going to go. Gets past the 30.
He's
on
his
his
feet.
feet. Touchdown Bears! Jake Green, 62 yards for the touchdown. Exactly what Coach Marksbury wanted to see. Open up the second half.
He needed that. A little shot of energy in the arm of the Bears, a little confidence back into him. Coming into this game, you look at this game on paper, Bo, and in all honesty, the Bears should be running away with this right now, and had a little bit of problems with the penalties, a little bit of problems with some different things going on, and you cannot allow a defensive lineman to call a false start. I'm sorry.
It's almost gotten comical, John.
Yeah, it's just sad. It's going to back up the Bears on the PAT here, Jackson Brown. Be moved back where they'll spot the ball at the 15-yard line. 25-yard attempt for the PAT.
Kick is up. And it is good with 10:58. Spencer County leads.
Let's look at the Country Mart instant
14-7.
replay here. Jake Green breaking the ball around to the outside, finding some space. But I tell you what, one of the biggest things that helped him here, you had the lead block.
Casey Coleman.
But then as he was able to run through that tackle, not even really break stride and just cruise into the end zone. Again, big shot of energy in the arm for Spencer County. Be able to go out here. Hopefully defense made some positive adjustments, be able to try to limit some of these big plays that Nelson County's been making. I mean, that's really kind of was the story, too, of the Nelson County offense in the first half. Not a lot of penalties, but they had these big plays mixed in from time to time. They're going to call that against Spencer County coaches, I believe.
Number 65, Drew Dwyer, the kickoff for Spencer County.
We do have a flag out there. Official's going to come out.
Getting his owner's manual out. And, no, I started to say we've got another one.
Goodness. Not sure exactly what he called even right there. Still, it's going to back up the Bears 5 yards. Well, there was wasn't an illegal substitution. I don't know what it was.
5 yards for sideline interference.
Sideline interference is what the call was.
Manuel defeats Male 21-0.
Wow. That changes things right there.
Onside kick.
Is the ball still loose? Wyatt Lockard pointing that Spencer County has recovered it, waiting to see what the officials have to say. And they're saying Nelson County football.
Onside kick recovered by number 24, McCain Downs. First and 10, Nelson County on their own 49-yard line.
Caught Nelson County sleeping there a little bit. Lucky to be able to recover that football. Going to get good field position.
Low snap. We've got a flag.
Hey, we got a false start against Nelson County. I wonder if the officials went back and caught our halftime show.
And to push the Cardinals back 5 yards, be 1st and 15.
Back up Nelson County here for a change and get them behind the chains, Bo.
Hand off to Smith. Gets back, runs into his own guy, and then about 8 Bears.
Yeah, Not a chance for him to be able to do that. Of course, Whitelocker coming out with the football, but forward progress stopped.
Give him the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 2nd down and 15. Morley drops, pass across the middle, got a man open. It's complete to Daddison. It is good enough for the Nelson County first down.
That's what we were talking about with that man coverage right here. Caleb Higdon in coverage on this, and as the receiver broke across the middle, just not staying with him.
20-yard gain for the Cardinals.
First down, Cardinal.
Ross just sent me another text, John. He says he thinks he's got the stats straightened out.
Oh, well, that's good.
Morley going to keep it himself. Runs up the middle. Got it up close to, I believe they got another first down there. Pickup of 11 by Morley. On the old Kevin Cook quarterback keeper.
Yeah.
First down, Cardinal.
That's the Kevin Cook special, actually, right there.
Handoff to Smith.
Oh, you got to make
Paxton Truitt had him. Jack Massey does not let go. Going to be a couple-yard loss.
Back him up. It's going to back him up about 4 yards,
3 or 4,
looks
yep.
like. It'll be 2nd and 14 for the Cardinals. Just over 9 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Spencer County able to get a quick strike to start this second half. Defense kind of getting pushed around a little bit now, Bo. Need to come up with a big stop.
Low snap. Morley gets it. Tunnel screen. Goes to number 13, Kessinger. We do have a flag come out.
We might have a holding or an ineligible downfield, either one. Coming from the line judge.
Signal illegal man downfield for Nelson.
That's what it's going to be, is an ineligible downfield. Again, that's the danger of those screens. If you're not disciplined as an offensive lineman and you move too far down too quick, that flag's going to come out. It's going to back them up and going to bring up a second a long way, 2nd and 21.
John, I looked up that call. They called on the kickoff there. It is a signal for objectionable conduct.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Hadn't seen that one before.
Do have blood on a player, I think, is why we're seeing a little change here. Number 58, Lucas Coy, having to come off the field.
Linebacker Boblet goes in to replace him. Morley. Bears coming with all-out blitz, being chased. He gets rid of it, and it is incomplete. Tries to go to Daddison, broken up by Caleb Higdon.
His pass is number 8 and Asman falls incomplete. 3rd down.
Bring up 3rd and long now for Nelson County. Spencer County able to get pressure on Morley, and this is something we saw a lot in film. He is a quarterback that has to deal with this regularly. Inexperienced offensive line, a lot of pressure coming from the defense. Spencer County doing a great job of not getting too deep and forcing him to make decisions with the football.
Calling it 3rd and 20. Cardinals got to get to the 16-yard line. Again, pressure by the Bears. Morley escapes, pitches it back. We do have a flag. Smith gets around the left edge, still on his feet. Saying he's out of bounds at the 14-yard line. That is good enough for a first down, but let's see what the flag is. It's got to be a hold at that point.
It's a hold.
Holding against Nelson
You get that much movement around by a quarterback, and you simply get an offensive lineman out of position, and he tends to grab a hold of the defender, trying to protect his quarterback. It's going to back him up 10 yards. And, Bo, it's going to be
third 30.
Third and a country mile out there, I'm telling you. Goodness.
31. Yep.
Backing up the Cardinals.
Ball is on the 47-yard line of the Nelson County Cardinals. They got to get to the 16.
Spencer County
pick up the first down.
Lining up 4 deep. Just want to keep them from being able to pick up this first down.
Movement, no call. Morley, pass across the middle, hits Nally. Nally hit, taken down by Aiden Trammell. Or is that Jake Green?
I believe that was Jake Green.
Yep.
Going to bring up fourth down at the 34-yard line for the Nelson County Cardinals. Coach Rogers leaving his offense on the field.
4th and 18. Coach Eldridge jumping up and down. Long pass going across the middle. That ball's tapped away.
Oh, yeah.
By Smalley. Got his hand in there to knock that away.
Turnover on downs.
Turnover on downs.
Morley's pass intended for number 13. Kessler falls incomplete.
Spencer County surviving this. Look at this instant replay here brought to you by Country Mart. Morley making this pass.
Wide open. Here comes Smalley.
And, it's just so close.
That was almost exactly like that game Sunday, too. I mean, he tapped it. It went right into his hands, and he
goodness.
Man dropped it. 1st and 10 for the Bears. Ball at their own 34-yard line. 10 in the box, John. End off. Armstrong gets back to the line of scrimmage. May have picked up a yard. I believe they're going to give him a yard on that. Be 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, Spencer County stepping up there. Wing T running a tight formation on that, no doubt. They were looking to go between the tackles. Nelson County ready for it. 2nd and 8. Ryan
that
Toby.
One's legit.
Yep. That one was. Ryan Toby lined up at tight end. Getting a head start. Going to back up the Bears. Going to make it a 2nd and 13 now. Again, not typical Bears football. This is not a team we see get penalized very often in a game and really struggling with some of these procedural calls.
12 for 75 is what I've got right now, John. Hand off to Green. Got a couple blockers out front. Gets forward. Is going to get the first down. Get up to about the 45-yard line. 14-yard pickup for Green.
And multiple times in this game already, Spencer County having plays like that, running those sweeps around the outside, being able to pick up that chunk yardage and kind of bail them out of some of these penalties.
Spencer County from the 45-yard line.
We're under 6.5 left to go in the third quarter.
Handoff. Green cuts back upfield. Going to get another first down all the way up to the 41-yard line. Another 14-yard pickup for Green.
Yeah, Jay Green just having a big night tonight for the Bears, picking up a lot of yards, having that long touchdown run to start the second half, and he just continues to go to work, Bo, just every day, just strapping it on, going to work.
Stewart looking to pass. Going long. He's got him open.
And again.
Just behind him. Smalley has had his hands on 3 passes out there, John.
Number 17, Arvin Smalley falls incomplete. Second down.
Yeah, we've seen that a few times now, but so is Nelson County's defense. Wouldn't mind seeing that play run and see if you can sneak somebody out there running a slant underneath. Do something underneath or an out route. Safety getting drawn by Smalley every time, even though they haven't completed that pass, just bringing so much attention to him. A lot of space on the side of the field to be able to pick up some chunk yardage.
And off to Crop. He cuts upfield. He's going to get real close to the marker. I believe he's going to be just short. They're going to mark him about a yard, maybe 2 short.
Yeah, he backed up a yard. Going to make it 3rd and 2.
Third down 2.
Boyle County now all over Douglas, John, 31-10.
That doesn't surprise me right there. Honestly, we've talked about it many times throughout the season. Boyle County, easily the best team in the state of Kentucky.
And off Green, makes a couple miss. He is going to get forward across the 30 for the first down. Looks like they're going to mark him right at the 30-yard line. Does move the sticks.
Great job there picking up the blocks for Spencer County's offensive line. A lot of things had to happen in that backfield. Many times so far in this game, we've seen these short yardage situations that just went quick to the fullback, to Danny Armstrong between the tackles. Of course, Nelson County seen that too, attacking that middle, trying to get penetration. Offensive line able to hold them off, leave that hole open for Jake Green to pick up the first down.
And Stewart, pass. Going up top to Smalley. Complete!
They're going to say incomplete.
No, out of bounds.
He juggled. He was juggling the football.
Yep.
I honestly couldn't tell where his feet come down when he had possession of the football.
Number 17, Arvin Smalley is incomplete. Second down 10.
A lot of contact right there. Yeah, his toe may have been across that line.
Toe may have been on the line.
It's
That's a long way away. Yep. It's going to bring up second down and 10.
4 minutes, 20 seconds left to go in the third quarter, and a game that honestly, Bo, I thought would have moved a little bit quicker than this one has, but Spencer County still in control.
Higdon in trouble. He is going to end up picking up a yard or 2 on that. Almost takes out the chain gang.
Well, they're going to see where they're going to mark him.
Looks like right at the 30.
Yeah, that's going to be no gain.
No gain. It'll be 3rd and 10.
We got an official
timeout.
Don't know what that was.
Higdon goes in motion. Stewart again, looking to pass. Again, going up
He's
top.
got a man.
Small, he's open.
Touchdown, Bears!
Finally connect on that, John. That's about the 5th time. Coach Wattsbury has went to that well.
Was it Arvin Smalley?
Nope.
I think that was Caleb Higdon.
No, Jake Green.
Jake Green. We'll get it right. We say enough of these names, we're going to get the right one.
Yeah, we'll get one here in a minute. Folks, me and John's old, and that's a long way. It's on the other side of the field from us. So.
Yeah. It hurts for me to
do
hear
have a
you
Nelson County player cramping.
To include me in that we're old thing.
Mm-hmm.
That hurts.
Does it?
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Well, I mean, you're older than I am, so.
See, couple replays here.
Yeah, Jarrett Stewart able to just put it right over the shoulder.
Kind of like a wheel route there, John.
Yeah, Jake Green being able to come from his wing position. Defender just not staying with him. Ryan Toby running his route. Of course, Armin Smalley on the near side of the field, drawing a lot of attention to the safety, leaving that side open. And easy pitch and catch there for Jarrett Stewart and Jake Green.
High snap. Stewart gets it down. Kick is up and good. With 3:37 left to go in the third quarter, Spencer County 21, Nelson County 7.
Nice to see Spencer County come out on that offensive drive and steadily move the ball down the field. Now, we did have a few little, flag was thrown a couple times at the beginning of that possession, but once they got past that, once they picked up the first down, stayed clean, picked up another first down, stayed clean, able to score that touchdown, and that's the type of discipline Coach Marksbury is looking for out of his players to finish out this game.
Henry County taking on one of the top teams in single A this week, KCD. KCD leads 21-14.
It's going to be an interesting playoff again this year. It has been for the last few years. Of course, we do have some upper echelon teams, and I'll readily admit a lot of them are in 4A. We have the Boyle County, Paducah Tillman, schools like that are just phenomenal schools and could hang with even the 6A schools no problem. And it's going to be interesting to see how it all pans out throughout the playoffs this year.
Meade County leads Bullitt East 14-7. North Oldham has scored to take a 21-20 lead over Oldham County. Return by Sims. And get out to about the 28-yard line.
Number 8, David Sims on a return. Stopped by number 8, Aiden Trammell. First and 10 Cardinals.
Aiden Trammell in on the tackle.
Little bit different attitude out on the field now as you look. Nelson County players kind of walking with their heads down. Spencer County heads high as the defense goes out here on the field. And just that momentum change, getting those 2 scores to start this half has done a lot to
and
put a
off
little
to
spark
Smith.
in the Bears.
Looking for the right edge. Breaks a tackle. Still on his feet. He's going to get forward for the first down.
Number 1, Braden Smith with the ball.
Bears probably had him stopped, John, and gained about 4 or 5 yards and kept churning.
Something Spencer County has struggled with throughout the season, we've seen it in multiple games, is this arm tackling. They get a hand on a guy, they feel like they would be able to bring him down, and they're just not getting to him, wrapping him up. And Caleb Higdon whiffing there on the first one, multiple players trying to get to him as we see them hit the ground. Cannot just throw a hand up trying to stop these running backs. You've got to be able to wrap them up, get them on the ground.
Low snap. Hand off again, up the middle. Several Bears in on the tackle. Pickup of 2. We're going to give him 1. Second down and 9 for the Cardinals.
Interior Spencer County's defense really has stepped up their game since that first quarter. That first drive to start the game from Nelson County, able to work between the tackles. After that, it's been lights out. Oh!
Pass batted down by Paxton Truitt. That's a couple times, John. He's been in the backfield all over Morley.
Yeah, Paxton Truitt actually, even though we've got this 4-man front for Spencer County, we're early in the season running this 4-man front, Paxton Truitt played free safety. He's done so well from that nickel position with the 3-man front that now that we have the 4, Paxton's moved to that outside linebacker spot. He's in that spot where Amari McCarty would be, and he's made a huge difference in reading and just what he's able to do from the line of scrimmage for this defense.
3rd and 9. Morley scrambles.
All going to depend on the spot. Yep.
Yep.
Like they're going to mark him about a yard shy. That's a couple times now that these last few possessions that chain gang has kind of went running for the hills as players have went to the sideline.
4th and 2.
Minute 51 left to go in the third quarter. Interesting decision here for Coach Rogers. I could see either side. I could see punting this away, 2-possession game. It's still the third quarter. I could see going for it, but you do have to consider you are on your side of the field. If you do not get this, you're giving Spencer County great field position.
Morley, quick pass across the middle. Caught. Bobbled at first, John, then hauled in by Hagan Sims. Sophomore picks up the first down and then some.
Ball almost got bottled up by the Spencer County defenders and able to fall into Sims' hands on this pass. Morley again under pressure, but as the tacklers got to him, he just able to let that ricochet around in amongst those 3 guys and end up with possession, be able to pick up that first down.
First down, Cardinals. Morley rolls out to the left. Still looking. Now he's going to run, get out of bounds, pick up a couple yards.
Only on the quarterback keeper.
Going to give him 5 on that. Second down and 5 for Nelson County.
5 yards to bring up second down 5.
Minute 17 left to go in the third quarter.
Again, looks to pass. Going out to the flat. Got his man. He's open. It's complete.
Morley's pass complete to Aiden Daddison.
Daddison with the catch. Tackled by Jake Green. Be first down.
Off the Spencer County 22-yard line. First down, Cardinals.
Nelson County working it here a little bit, Bo. Picking up these first downs, threatening to score.
That's a flag.
Yep. That's coming back. Yep. Couple different flags come in there.
Yep. Jacob Reynolds, there's flag on the play.
Holding Nelson County.
Blocking the back, I think is what the call was. It's hard to see the officials' hands from where we are. But with all that movement, Spencer County player did get hit in the back and put to the
Paxton
ground.
Truitt got laid out pretty good.
I'm going to back him up a few yards here, 10 yards. It'll be 1st and 20 for the Cardinals.
Empty backfield for Morley. 5 wide. Looks like he wants to keep it himself. He does.
It's another
flag.
Yep. You're going to see it again.
And Morley on the quarterback keeper, but now number 44 is that massive flag on the play.
Ethan Sutherland got hit.
Got hit in the back.
Yep.
So again, blocking the back. Nelson County fans getting a little upset with the officials now. I spoke my piece at halftime, and now they're speaking theirs.
They got a long way to go to catch up, John.
Yeah. To what? To what I said, or the penalties? Either one. Back them up another 10 yards.
Is that a spot foul, John?
It is a spot foul. It wasn't quite 10 yards.
To the 39.
Yeah.
Got to get to the 13. 1st and 26. Catch made by Kessinger.
Officials easily could have thrown a flag on that for an ineligible downfield, as the offensive line was about 5 yards downfield by the time that ball came out. But I think they're worried about maybe not getting their ride off the field in the golf carts if they keep throwing flags against Nelson County.
He's 2nd down and 17, and they're not going to snap the ball again. That'll bring us to the end of the third. Well, we got a penalty. Hold on.
We do have a false start.
False start against Nelson County. That will back them up 5 more yards.
Still be second down. I don't know, Bo. I hate to say it, but one word, justification. That's what I'm feeling right now. After watching that first half and seeing what happened with it.
Do we have an untimed play here?
No.
Not on not an offensive penalty.
No, actually, to be 1 second placed on the clock, the ball had been ran. It was live before this would have been a snap. And so as soon as they hit the ready to play, the clock will roll. That'll run down, be the end of the half.
To wind the clock.
Yep,
and that's the end of the third quarter. Your score at the end of 3, Spencer County 21, Nelson County 7. You're watching Bears football on GHP Sports.
Hi, I'm Kelly Hubbock, and I have been a proud resident of Spencer County for nearly 15 years. As a local real estate agent, I am thrilled to be working with Brown Realty and assisting more of my neighbors and friends right here in Taylorsville with their real estate needs. I can think of no better place to put down roots, both professionally and personally, than in Spencer County. Our community sets itself apart from others in that it possesses a small town atmosphere, in addition to residents who truly go above and beyond to help one another in whatever capacity necessary. Those traits, mixed with the genuine beauty of the county, make me honored to not only live and work here, but to raise my children here as well. And I look forward to working with residents of our community for years to come.
Back here at Nelson County High School, getting ready to start the fourth quarter of the Darty's Body Shop Service Center game of the week. Spencer County leads Nelson County 21-7. And, John, the penalties in this second half starting to add up on the Cardinals.
Yeah, it's went from lopsided one way to, like you said earlier, there's still some ground to make up for the Nelson County Cardinals, but the officials starting to look towards the old red, white, and blue out there on the field and throwing some flags against them.
Second down.
2nd and 22. Morley from the gun. Hands the ball off to Smith. He may have got back to the line of scrimmage.
They might have given him, line of scrimmage. Thought maybe he might have picked up a yard. They are going to spot it right back to the 35-yard line. 3rd and 22.
Morley scrambles out to the left. He's got a lot of green turf out in front of him. He's not going to get enough for the first down. Pushed out of bounds about the 26-yard line. They're saying keep the clock winding.
Yeah, they're going to give him forward progress, but that wouldn't have been much. They wind that clock. Be about a 4th and 14. And Nelson County, of course, I don't mind this. I think this is the right call by Coach Rogers. Going to keep his offense on the field. I mean, at this point in time, Spencer County's grinding a lot of time off the clock with their possessions. You're not likely to get very many more possessions of the football. Got to try to take advantage of this. See what they can do on 4th down.
Low snap. Morley steps back. Now in trouble.
Ball's
out.
It doesn't really matter who has it. It's down right there and a turnover on downs.
Yep.
Spencer County's going to take over about the 37-yard line. I'm sorry.
We see the Country Mart instant replay. A lot of time back there for Morley, John, and it finally, we talk about this. You got that internal clock. You got to know it's coming. Looks like Massey.
Noah Crop. Noah Crop being able to get in there and get around his legs, cause that fumble. Spencer County's going to take over.
Higdon in motion. Stewart looking to pass. Screen pass out to Higdon. Going to get hit, taken out of bounds about the 44 or 39-yard line. 5 yards ahead there, John. I tried to give him a little more.
Higdon
will pick up about 2 on that play.
Higdon got up just a little bit gingerly there as he comes back to the huddle. Going to stay in the game.
2nd down and 8 for Spencer County. Their own 39-yard line. Hand off to Green. Cuts back up the middle. Skips. Gets across the 45 to about the 46-yard line. It's going to be about a yard short, John. Bring up 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, 3rd and very manageable if you're Coach Marksberry with his wing tee. And way Spencer County's been able to run the football, I mean, this is a good spot to be in. Of course, got the clock running now as we're under 10 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter. And this is going to be the goal of this drive. I mean, obviously, if you're Spencer County, you can add points to the board, kind of cushion this lead. That's definitely a plus. But one of the biggest goals of Coach Marksberry right now is just run as much time off that clock as he possibly can.
Again, Stewart looking to pass. It's going long. It's up in the air. Trying to get it to Smalley. Makes the catch.
At the 20-yard line. Smalley making a huge adjustment there to be able to come back to that football, make that catch. Give a lot of credit to Jarrett Stewart there, avoiding the pressures. We look at the Country Mart instant replay and what he had to deal with the people in his face, sidestepping that pocket, pressure.
Yeah.
Yep. Use that pocket, use his offensive line to be able to get some space, get that ball up in the air. Armin Smalley making the adjustment, dealing with the defender, coming up big there for the Bears. 1st down.
34-yard reception for Smalley. 1st and 10 for the Bears. Hand off, Armstrong.
Danny Armstrong.
Get forward for about 3. Second down and 7.
It's been a while since we've seen Danny run the football. And, I mean, for Spencer County offense with this wing tee, not to give it to the fullback, just showing how effective it's been on the outside for the Bears.
Stewart, pass out to Smalley, makes the catch. Stiff arms his man into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears!
Jared Stewart's pass to place number 17, Armin
Jared
Smalley.
Stewart, 17-yard pass to Armin Smalley. 2nd touchdown pass of the night for Stewart.
Starting to see a little bit of what we expected to see at the start of this game now, Bo. Spencer County taking control of this. 8:40 left to go in the game as Jackson Brown steps on. Try for the extra point.
It is good. 8:40 left to go in the ball game. Spencer County 28, Nelson County 7. So we see our Country Mart instant replay. Got a couple different views of this.
And what's beautiful about this play, and we'll probably see it, hopefully see it in this next view, so many of these passing attempts to Armin Smalley have been deep. You see how much cushion the corner giving him 10 yards and still running down the field when the ball gets to Smalley. And that's just from all of those times Smalley running those seam routes, running those posts, running those fades, doing those different things down the field, that just slowing down, little hitch route right there, 10 yards out, corner not anywhere to be found. Easy pitch and catch. Armin Smalley able to get it in the end zone for 6.
Three possession lead now by the Bears. And, John, the way they control the ball on offense, you got to wonder if Coach Rogers even has enough possessions left.
Yeah, and that's really what it was boiling down to, with him even going for it on 4th down in that last possession that Nelson County had, was simply how many more times am I going to have the football?
All fielded by Sims at the 10. Hit, taken down about the 20. They're going to give him progress up to the 27-yard line.
Jack Massey in on that tackle, called his name a lot tonight. We've been calling his name a lot this season. Love watching that kid play.
Paxton Truitt hobbling off the field.
That's not something we want to see if you're the Bears there. He wisely gets down. It's going to stop play. Paxton Truitt been, quite honestly, a spark plug for this defense all season. What he did early in the year from free safety and how he controlled those deep passes and was able to knock those things down, be able to pick up some interceptions, to getting moved up to nickel and now getting moved up to outside linebacker. And phenomenal nose for the football, Bo, really is the biggest thing I see from Paxton. He's just a ball hawk, able to get there, reads it well. So he's walking off the field under his own power. Snyder over there with him. I imagine we might see maybe a new tape job on an ankle or something, but still, Spencer County coming back out on defense now. Jacob Goodlett, yeah, stepping in for Paxton Truitt.
Hand off to Smith. Spins, makes a man miss. Keeps driving forward. Is going to get up to a ball. Ball's out.
They're going to call the runner down, which is just the difference of a yard right there. Still going to be a first down. We do have a flag on the play. Right over here on the near sideline.
No, they're trying to draw a straight line, John, across the field.
I don't know.
Doing here.
I'm waiting to see him pull a protractor out of his back pocket. They are going to back up Nelson County. Still haven't seen a signal from the head official on what this call is. Backing them up 10 yards, it's as if it was a holding call. Still have not seen the call. And no calls, no call given by the head official. Going to back him up 10 yards from the spot. Be first and about 11.
Morley, pass. Connected to Nally. Nally up for the first down. Up to the 45-yard line. Another flag on the play.
Preliminary signal, illegal man downfield on Nelson County.
And the boo birds are coming from the Nelson County fans after that flag. Ineligible receiver downfield.
Oh, that pass came out awful quick, John.
It did.
That may be a legit argument on that one.
It did. I wasn't expecting that, but it's going to back him up 5 more yards, be first and about 16, a long 15.
Could have got a hold there. Didn't get it. Pass complete to Smith. It's going to get up to the 29-yard line. Pickup of 7.
Nelson County fans still giving it to the officials out there. I thought I was hard on them.
I mean, you got to make a call on that one.
Yeah.
Morley keeps it himself, runs into a bunch of Bears. Flag comes out, still on his feet, drives forward to about the 36, 37-yard line.
Wait and see if we get a call on this one. Again, in the area of holding.
Face
that's going to be a face mask.
Spencer County.
5-yard penalty on that, not the personal foul. It's going to end up giving them a first down. They move the ball out to the 41.
First and 10 Cardinals on their own 41-yard line.
Somebody needs to reset the chains. There we go. Waiting on the chain gang to start moving here.
Yeah, already winding
the clock, and the chains aren't set.
That's all right. We'll take that.
Yeah, we will. That's picked off.
Intercepted.
Caleb Higdon.
Higdon is going to take it inside the 10.
He sidesteps. Touchdown, Bears!
Foley's pass is intercepted. Number 3, Caleb Higdon. He takes it in for the score.
Caleb Higdon against his old teammates gets the pick 6. Takes it 50 yards for the touchdown.
I tell you, we're going to get the PAT here, but when we get that Country Mart instant replay, you see this ball go up for Morley, and you could see that coming from a mile away as Caleb Higdon just saw that pass so well, able to react the way he did to be able to get that interception. But let's get this part done first as Jackson Brown's on for the PAT.
It is good. And with 7:03 left to go in the ball game, Spencer County 35, Nelson County 7.
Yeah, you see
that
this
ball's in
pass
there
go
for
up.
a long time.
Yeah.
And
Higdon,
if he don't pick that, Daddison is gone.
Yeah, he is. Caleb Higdon able to step right in front of him. And then Morley trying to make that tackle. Higdon, a little bit of a sidestep right there to get around him. Easy touchdown for him as he's been able to come back here tonight and have a whale of game for the Bears on a field that he started playing on years ago.
Wire out to kick. 7:03 left to go in the ball game. John, I didn't think we was going to get there. We're starting to run close. Vegas had this 25.5.
Did they really?
They did. The over and under was 55.
Yeah.
We're not going to reach 55, I don't believe. But
goodness.
That's the Vegas Massey ratings.
No. Are you
Sims fills the ball at the 5-yard line.
Cuts back. Aiden Trammell.
He tried to reverse course, John. Aiden Trammell was having none of that.
Great coverage by him getting downfield, being able to shut that down. Now, I got to ask you, though, Bo, you talk about the Massey ratings. You talk about this over-under. You talk about the spread on the game. Are you going to start your own high school DraftKings next year or something? See if you
can do that.
Make a little side money right there. Now, because I mentioned
no,
that,
because everybody win and I'm losing.
I'm automatically, going to get half the profits just because I'm the one who mentioned it first. You know that, right? This is on the air.
Is that the way it works?
This is on the air. This is saved forever. People know.
Mark the tape.
All right.
They still do that. Hand off to Smith. Bounces off one. We got a flag on the play.
Wow.
Got some extracurriculars down here with Noah Kropp and Kessinger.
Kessinger been involved with a couple extracurriculars in this game. Going to have a holding.
On Nelson County. They could get about 4 more. John will be even.
Yeah.
No.
Are you keeping that close to track?
No, not the.
Oh.
Here we go. The end of this play here, we get to see a little bit of Noah Kropp and
Kessinger. Goodness.
It's football happening right there, John.
Maybe a touch more, but yeah.
It's going to back the Cardinals up inside the 10-yard line. Looks like about the 9, we'll call it. Be 1st and 20.
First and a long way.
Back judge was already way back here almost to the pork chop sandwich place.
That may be
He's
why
starting
they
to ease
were,
up.
Yep.
And off to Smith. Tries to find a hole. Not going to get one. Ian Blanford along with
Paxton Truitt.
Yeah, Paxton Truitt back in the game. Good to see.
That's right. Big part of the Spencer County defense, and able to, of course, walk off the field under his own power. Hope to see him back again, and he's back out there making the same impact we've seen him make all season long.
tunnel screen.
Oh, none of it.
I don't know who hit him first, but Jacob Biller, that's Noah Kropp.
Noah Kropp and Jacob Biller cleaned it up. Goodness.
Ethan Kessinger on a reception from Morley.
Hadn't tried that tunnel screen in a while, John. It went nowhere. You know, John and I watch film, we also get the opportunity to watch practice and what the Bears are playing, both offensively and defensively, and they ran that quite a bit in practice on Tuesday.
Yeah, they were trying to prepare. They knew that was something Coach Rogers liked to play, liked to do.
Pass is complete. Tackle made by Jack Massey.
20 Grant Cox on a reception from Morley.
Going to bring up 4th down now for the Nelson County Cardinals. 5 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter.
Morley looking to pass. Hits the man across the middle, batted around. Incomplete, trying to hit Jacob Reynolds on a crossing route.
Armin Small able to knock that ball loose. And Bo, as we're under 4 minutes left to go in this game, the softy's going to come out of me here, if you believe it or not.
Oh, no.
2-17 coming into this of the Nelson County Cardinals. Tonight being senior night, the last regular season football game. I don't know. I can't speak on their situation when it comes to what they're looking like for playoffs, but a 2-17 likely not to be involved with the playoffs.
They are in.
Oh, they are in.
They are in, yep.
Okay. Still, the last game these seniors are going to play at home tonight. And
we got a flag. False start on the Bears.
Yep.
First one in a while, John.
Yeah. Well, you know. Goodness. But no, back to what I was saying. I mean, we saw here Kessinger come off the field after getting hit by Jacob Biller on that tunnel screen and just sit down on the bench. And a lot of what he's feeling, I'm sure, on the bench, you know, being a senior, a lot of seniors on this team, last time they're going to play on this field, and it's pretty rough to come out here and you know, kind of get your tails handed to you by Spencer County tonight. And I feel for him on that. You know, that's a rough thing to go through.
Hand off.
Danny
Armstrong. Going to get down inside the 5. Going to keep the clock winding.
Spencer County able to punch this in one more time. And
25-yard gain for Armstrong.
They're able to do that and get the extra point. That's going to put it into a running clock here, Bo.
He ran into his blocker, John.
Yeah. That's Danny Armstrong, though. It's head down, cover the points. He's going to do what he has to do to make sure he retains possession and just keeps those legs driving. I love that from him.
First and goal for the Bears. Higdon goes in motion.
Had a poor exchange right there. There was a fumble on that play.
Recovered by Spencer County. Second down.
The second goal.
Hope Hutchins coming up with that recovery. Just going to back him up a little bit. Lost a yard. Put him to the 5-yard line. I want to remind everyone real quick here that stay with us after the game. We'll have the Kelly Hubbock coaches interview.
Stewart going to keep it himself. And he doesn't make it. Going to be just short. I believe he got down to about the 1.
It was right around there. But no, we will have the Kelly Hubbock coaches interview. We'll also have the Trevor Brown Construction Player of the Game. So stay with us. We've had a few ideas throughout this game, and
not mark him at the 2.
I'm not sure that we're completely for sure decided on who we want to go with, but we'll let you in on that as soon as we get that figured out, and be good to hear from them.
North Oldham County tied with 10 minutes left. 3rd and goal. Pitch to Green. Tries to get to the edge. In. Wait for the signal. Touchdown, Bears!
9, Jake Green in for the Spencer County score.
Third touchdown of the night for him, isn't it, John?
Yeah, it is.
All Spencer County here in the second half. This game was tied at 7 at the break. Jackson Brown on for the extra point. We got a flag.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Must be another equipment malfunction.
I don't know. Been a lot of malfunctions in this game tonight.
Official took Dominic Ramirez off the field. They're not working on anything. Kick is up. It is good, and that will put us into the running clock. Spencer County leads 42-7 with 2:24 left to go.
As you were talking about there, Bo, really, tale of two halves for the Bears. I mean, we talked about the issues that we seen in that first half, not only from Spencer County, but some others on the field. But, you know, working through that, that was the point of what I was trying to say after I had my little rant. The fact that officials are part of the game. They're part of what happens. You know, when the play's live, they're considered part of the field. If the ball hits them, it's the same as hitting the ground. You know, different things that happen during the game are affected by the officials, but you have to be able to play through that. Spencer County doing a great job at halftime with their coaching staff being able to rally the troops, get everybody's focus back on what they needed to come out here and hang 35 points on a Nelson County Cardinal team here in the second half of the football game.
Dwyer to kick off for the Bears. Franklin County defeats George Rogers Clark 52-17. Ball fielded about the 13-yard line. Got a good running start, John.
Yeah,
Still
did.
on his feet. He's going to get out to about the 45-yard line. 35-yard return.
Player a little slow to get up.
Hagan Sims, he's pretty much returned to every kickoff here tonight, John.
No. We are in the running clock. Under 2 minutes left to go. Again, stay with us. Kelly Hubbock coach's interview. Trevor Brown Construction Player of the Game interview.
North Oldham now up 35-28. Morley keeps it himself. Gets out of bounds about the 48-yard line. Pickup of 3.
Four-yard gain brings up second down 6.
Clock continues to run.
Handoff. Smith skips a tackle. Still on his feet. It's down to the 30. About a 22-yard gain for Braden Smith. Be first down.
We drop
There's
under a
50
minute.
seconds
Yep.
left.
And, Bo, we were talking our our Trevor Brown Construction Player of the Game tonight. I think we're both in agreement. We're going to go with the, kind of hate to call it like the prodigal son, but Caleb Higdon coming back to Nelson County tonight with the game that he had. You know, some great offensive runs. Huge pick there at the end to be able to seal the game for the Bears, that pick 6. And just such a great young man. Been nice to have him with us at Spencer County this year, and look forward to Blaine getting a chance to talk to him after the game.
Morley looking to go deep. He's got a man open. And it is incomplete, and that will probably do it.
It might.
I don't know if Nelson County get back quick enough to get another playoff.
It'll be, completely up to them. They do not have to. They will not run out of play clock. More of a sense of pride.
They are going to try to get one more playoff. 10 seconds left. Movement, no call. Morley, across the middle. Pass is complete. Taken down by Trammell.
That's going to do it.
And that will do it. Your final score, Spencer County 42, Nelson County 7.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for something hot to eat tonight, please join us at Marcella's After Hours Cafe, the official Cardinals
After Hours Cafe.
That's what I'm hearing, too. I can't, though. I got to get up and go to work in the morning. So
you'll be all right.
So, I've got to be able to get back to Taylorsville here sometime and get some sleep. Oh, I know.
Final
apparently.
score, Boyle County 38, Frederick Douglass 17. As we're going to wait for Blaine to get a word with Caleb Higdon and Coach Marksbury. I don't have any stats immediately in front of me. I'm awaiting Coach
hopefully
Goodwin.
We'll get some here soon.
So all I can do right now, John, is give you scores. Bowling Green over St. X tonight, 26-9. John Harden over DeSales, 35-14. And here we go. On the night tonight, Spencer County, 19 first downs, 30. My phone's turning on me. 34 rushes, 232 yards. Jarrett Stewart was 5 of 12 for 114 yards. Total plays for the Bears, 46 plays, 346 yards, average of 7.5 yards a play. 6 of 13 on third down conversions, 0 of 3 on fourth down. For Nelson County, 22 first downs, 25 rushes for 60 yards. Morley was 17 of 33 for 211 yards. That's total plays for the Cardinals, 61 plays, 282 yards, average of 4.6 per play. John, 0 for 13 on third down for the Cardinals tonight. 3 of 6 on fourth down.
Yeah. That's a big stat right there for the Bears defense and what they were able to do to shut them down on third down. And, of course, had the fourth down opportunities. Some went the way of the Bears, some went the way of the Cardinals. But still, overall, pretty good job by the Bears once the defense settled in, once they were able to use that front four to be able to get pressure on Morley and what that was able to do for our secondary to try to pick up those receivers, do a little bit better job out there and knock down them. Some of those passes, of course, big interception by Caleb Higdon, our Trevor Brown Construction Player of the Game, and what that accomplished. But it just took that time for the Bears to settle in. We're now – this game's over. Next, we're moving on to playoffs. And Bo, you start hitting playoffs, that's when you got to start being concerned if you're Coach Marksbury or his staff about Spencer County needing to settle into a game. We need to be able to get into these games settled when they start. And this one just a little bit on edge to begin with, had to get that momentum going back for them. But once they did, they turned the Jets on and end up getting a running clock against the Cardinals tonight.
Individually for the Bears, Jarrett Stewart, 5 of 12 for 114 yards. Armin Smalley caught 2 passes for 51. Noah Kropp, 1 for 31. Jacob Green, 1 for 30. Caleb Higdon, 1 for 2. On the ground, Jacob Green, again, the leader tonight, 14 rushes, 148 yards. Danny Armstrong, 6 for 43. Higdon, 7 for 35. Noah Kropp, 1 for 8. For Nelson County, Morley, 16 of 32, 222. Nally caught 4 passes for 99 yards. Daddison caught 5 for 61. A couple other passes here. We don't have no names. I don't know who they are, John. Braden Smith ran the ball 15 times for 40 yards on the night for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Another heck of a game, John, from freshman Jake Green.
Yeah.
148 yards on the ground, caught a pass for 30 3 touchdowns, could have easily been named our Trevor Brown Construction Player of the Game. You and I like to spread this around.
We do, and he's already had it a couple times too. I'm not saying that that's why he didn't get it, but Caleb Higdon and the impact that he had on this game, not only what he was able to do on the field, but to come to a place like this that he grew up in and play as well as he did, Bo, I didn't see another way of going.
Is
Coach
Hall singing with the crew? And we can hear it up here.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Gives me chills every time. So we got Blaine down here, and he's going to have Caleb Higdon. Let's go down to Blaine.
Trevor Brown Construction Player of the Game, Caleb Higdon, man. Touchdowns on both sides of the ball tonight. Being back at your old school, man, how does it feel for you and your team?
It feels pretty good just to get a win anytime. I mean, it's just always a good thing. I mean, nobody likes losing, so I mean, that's just how I feel about it.
All right, congratulations, Caleb.
Thank you, man.
And we'll get a word with Coach Marksbury here.
Hey, Coach, great game tonight. You know, you guys started out kind of rough in the first half, but you came out in the second half and put 35 points on the board. Just how does this feel just for the last game of the season set off with a good note?
It's good, and, you know, I've never seen a game where so many penalties were called on one team in the first half, and then it just flipped it, and they called them all on this other team in the second half. But anyway, no, we just went in, made an adjustment. We went back and kicked our tight end down, and went back to kind of our base formation that we had been running, and we just kicked them. We blocked them down and kicked them out, and we knew it was going to be there, and we wanted to do it earlier in the first half, but sometimes when you're doing that stuff in the heat of the moment, it sometimes is not going to work well. But when you can get them in there in the locker room at halftime and just get in a calm environment, and then you can draw it up on the board, say this is what we want to do, this is who you're going to block, and we kind of felt confident that we were going to be able to start making, because they were bringing everybody. If we kicked the one guy, they didn't have enough guys in on that side, but then we run the XB sweep over there and on their sideline, and Jake scored and kind of broke the ice, and we threw a couple of touchdown passes. We thought we could throw it to Armin also, but our timing was just a little bit off, but then we connected on one of those. Good win, man. Look, as I told the team, they have something to be proud of. Everything they've went through to finish this year 7-3, it's all about them. Somebody different steps up every week, and I'm super proud of them.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Blaine, and thank you, Coach Marksbury. And he's exactly right, John. Yeah. 7-3 on this season. When you're sitting here now with probably 4 of your top, 5, 6, 8 players on the sideline, probably done for the year. So it does have, it's a lot to say about the kids and the next man up attitude that Bears team has over there on the sideline.
Yeah, and it's something that we've seen develop over the last few years, where I was talking at the beginning of the game about how worried I was in years past after losing people, and then how optimistic I was this year, and that optimism just continues to grow from seeing these players come in and, fill these shoes of these guys that are on the sidelines that are injured right now. But now, Bo, we've got to look ahead towards Doss.
Next week, got Doss going to Doss High School. John, that'll be another football field that we haven't done yet. Yeah. I always like to add to our collection, go back and look and see how many we've done. So next week, Spencer County plays first round of the playoffs at Doss High School. The game starts at 7:30. Pregame, John and I will come on about 7 o'clock or ish, somewhere in that range. And hey, start the caravan up. Everybody drive from Taylorsville, go out to Doss and watch that football game. Right. Support this group of guys, man. They've left it all out on the field all year long. So, but if you can't make it, John and I'll invite me and John into your living room, and we'd be happy to bring it to you right here on GHP Sports. Again, game starts at 7:30. John and I'll be on about 7 o'clock. John, you got anything else tonight?
No. Good win for the Bears, 42-7.
7-3 on the year for the Spencer County Bears. Finished the regular season. Again, tonight, your final score, Spencer County 42, Nelson County 7. We'll see you next week on GHP Sports.